Okay, and just like that, we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average Sunday night chill stream with the boys, live stream enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, tonight we have Bones Maloney and Uncle OG hanging out as always, kind of OG guest at this point. And we're just going to be having kind of a chill discussion and discussing the SIG Defenders as of July of 2025 and some agencies slash organizations that are doubling down and kind of gaslighting everybody of why they made the decision to arm their officers, soldiers, airmen, marines, sailors with the M17 with all the information that we know. And we'll be discussing some things and some stuff like that along the way. But before we do all that, I just have to ask everyone to hit the like button. If you're watching this in the future, hit the like button, helps out more than you know. Comment down below if you enjoy the live streams. If you want to support the channel monetarily, there will be a link down below for Safariland duty rated holsters. If you guys need a duty rated holster for your LARPing or work needs, for retention, because if you don't have retention, it's not your gun, it's our gun. Well, there'll be a link down below. Thank you to Safariland, and I'm sure if you harass their customer service and tell them that Trench sent you, you'll get a discount on your holster. So, Bones, Uncle OG, what's up, guys?
What up, Kings? Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I know mine was it wasn't really great, but I was happy that I was eating barbecue and drinking beer and not eating beans on toast. So
Yeah.
Yo, amen to that, brother.
hell yeah, that one, brother.
I think I woke up upside down, half naked in a bush somewhere. On July 5th, the second best day in America.
Yeah, I'm always conscious about releasing any videos on July 5th or like January 2nd. You know what I mean? It's like, is anyone going to watch this? And then it's the opposite. Everyone's going to watch it because they're sitting in bed or laying in bed because they're dead. You know what I mean? So
I saw Focus Trip streamed on the 4th of July, and I was like, huh? Hella based. I couldn't watch because I was busy with the boys, but I was like, damn, good for him.
I'm sure there are a bunch of dudes in the barracks or something. You know what I mean? Dudes in the barracks or guys that don't have family and, needed a community.
Overnight shift at the truck stop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say what you will, the live stream thing is kind of cool nowadays, or podcasting, because I'm sure there's somebody time thefting from their boss listening to us, and we're about to be talking about SIG here in a second, so kind of works out,
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I guess I would remind chat in the future and now, if you haven't subscribed to Bones or Uncle OG, their names are on screen right now. Bones Maloney and Uncle OG, and of course, after the stream is over, I will link them down below. But yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to them. If you're not subscribed, at least give them a shot. Go over there, watch one of their videos. If you're like, hey, it's not for me, it's not for me, or not for you, it's not for you, but maybe it will be, maybe you'll enjoy it. But with all of that, let's get into the first topic of the night, SIG Defenders. So I released a video, I think yesterday or the day before. It's all a blur. Your time is a flat circle. I released a video discussing another uncommanded discharge. An officer had her service pistol go off in the holster. I'll pull it up for them. But have you guys seen this video yet?
I have, yes.
They all are the same to me. They just kind of merge together into be one gigantic failure of SIG. So I don't know. Maybe I've seen it. Maybe I haven't. I've seen it like a compilation at this point of people straight blowing they shit schmoove off with the SIG. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, man, dude.
I'll pull this up for them to see. I'm just going to show them the video real quick. And for some reason, like the worst. Well, let's try that. Okay. So, officer is walking to her car. She puts her bag. She opens the door. Puts her bag down. Gun goes off. Okay. She's shot. She limps away. Watch it one more time.
Oh, she actually shot by it? I didn't know she got hit.
Yep, she got shot by it, from what I'm tracking. Puts the bag down, and boom. Okay, then there's me in 4K on your screen twice. But yeah, so yeah, I guess another day and another SIG pistol going off. Like,
such is life.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say at this point. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess I'll start the conversation off by this. Obviously, none of this represents the Department of Defense or the United States Army or any agency at all. But given my position, and I've had the ability to go to Texas to train the Texas State Troopers as well as the Texas Rangers and Department of Emergency Services. And while I was doing that, I had the opportunity to have discussion with their tactics instructor, their all the different agencies, right, or schoolhouses they have there, and these guys are very passionate about the lieutenant level and above. I like not speaking for all of them. Obviously they have their independent thoughts, but as an organization, they are very passionate about the SIG P320. And I thought that was very strange because this was about a year ago, I believe, maybe a year and a half ago, when I went there to train them. And I was training them on leadership stuff, not necessarily like a lot of tactics. I was training them on mentorship, coaching, instructor techniques, stuff like that, which was strange because they were all in their, 40s. Some of them, late 40s.
Vetted in their careers
Yeah,
already.
like they had sergeants there too that were my age, right?
Yeah.
In their 30s. But I was speaking to an older audience of lieutenants and above. I believe captain. I believe it goes lieutenant captain, and their rank structure was a little weird, so I would just say lieutenants and senior leaders. But it was interesting. The younger guys understood. They were like, "Hey, we kind of just want Glock 19s or Glock." I think they wanted Glock 17s at the time. And their lieutenants and above, they were all like fully sold on the SIG M17. So that's just like one very small thing I've witnessed. Obviously, I mean, Bones can speak on this in a second as well. But like Bones, what has your experience been in the Army for dudes? Do they like the SIG or not?
I mean, it's kind of like a very touchy subject because I've asked some guys and they're like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's a very low key thing. And I think there is a lot of people who are just like, yeah, that's just like internet stuff. That's not actually real. It's all blown out of proportion. And I'm like, guys, it's kind of like actually a real thing. I'm not, this isn't something we should like ignore anymore. And just like something that people are making up to hate on SIG. Like, this is a very proven thing that's occurring. And for my unit personally, we have 2 pistols in it. It's for our commander and our sergeant major, and one of them's an M17, and it goes to the commander, and he's not even like a real person. So usually there we don't care too much, but there is a lot of like, I guess, clouded vision on it, and a lot of people are like not tracking it, or they think it's made up, that type of deal.
Uncle, what has been your perspective on all this from your foxhole?
Yes, absolutely. So I don't have firsthand experience with the M17 specifically, just because I'm actually a boomer. I got out of the Army a while ago, before the M17 was adopted. I'm wearing glasses, as you could see, so it's to show my wisdom and to show that time has passed since then. And but I think I could touch on it broadly. That I think the widespread P320 cope that is infecting everybody's minds, unfortunately, is just kind of, I think it's attached to another issue of like people just kind of not knowing what the fuck they're talking about or getting into, and it's just kind of like, well, everybody else is doing it, or well, the Army's doing it, so I should do it too. You know what I mean? And which, not saying that not knowing is a bad thing, because I mean, I still don't know things. You know what I mean? That people, we all start from somewhere, but like to be sort of like an arrogant ass about it and just like vehemently defend a legitimately like dangerous product like
Yeah,
the P320,
actively hurting people.
a literal fucking IED of a gun, is kind of a poop madness, if you ask me. So yeah, I think it's just people, generally speaking, with Army budgeting, it's who can meet the minimum guidelines for the lowest price, and that was the SIG, obviously. And then for the broader commercial market, it's just people just don't know what the fuck they're getting into, and it's common and it's new and it's affordable for the most part, and the Army adopted it, so it must be good, right?
Yeah.
It's
Dog.
so
Just nah.
strange. I mean, I've had a very blessed career, or very lucky career, where I've had the opportunity to serve in basically every position up to platoon sergeant. And during that journey in the infantry, I've been able to shoot on a shooting team, as a shooter on a shooting team, right? That goes to Fort Benning and competes with the M4A1 and with the SIG M17. My team won I Corps 2 years in a row that I was a member of, and so we were very, very good with the SIG M17. Like, not even like shooting my own horn. I'm talking raw data. Like, we shot very, very well. Like, obviously we won both the I Corps. We won the I Corps competition 2 years in a row. So that is a core level event where we had to win at the battalion level, brigade level, division, all the way up to corps, right? As Uncle OG eats something. But yeah, what I would say with all that is, it was one of those situations where we would joke about it. Like, we would joke about it because I was in Alaska, so we'd joke about it before we went out onto the range to shoot. Like, man, I just wish we would have stuck with the M9. And it was like one of these. It was like something that we joked about, but there's nothing we could do. And it's very much, I guess, nowadays the same kind of sentiment from where I sit is like, there's not a lot that people can do about it, so people don't really discuss it a lot other than to meme, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, I think there's a lot of in the army, unfortunately, a lot of people who simply just do not know what they are talking about. And yeah, there's nothing that boots on the ground dudes can do about it. And the SIG, uh, as a pistol, shoots pretty well for what it is when it's not an IED. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a very high level thing. But there have been organizations that have done something about it and have moved away from the SIG. I don't know if you want to
I'm gonna
segue
pull
into
that
that
up.
trench.
I'll pull it up right now. So yeah, I'll pull up some Chat GPT, I guess, here, and we're just gonna look up. We're gonna ask Chat GPT things.
Well, so I know that recently I pulled it up. I sent it in the chat for us that Chicago PD, as of June 25th, I have their official memorandum. They have moved away from the SIG P320 for all of their officers. And I think somewhere in here it even says that the officers will be reimbursed to purchase a Glock to
Damn.
no charge of them to replace their SIG P320 with. And that just came out June 25th of this year. So not all that long ago. I remember hearing about them talking about it, but they have officially been decreed no more 320s in any of our officers' holsters as of right now. Go buy a Glock. They cite here, I'm reading it. Sure, I'm all aware. Yeah, justifications across the country have already been addressed with the issue, eliminating the imminent danger associated uh, with the
Imminent
continued
danger.
use of the 6-hour P320, specifically by the Milwaukee Police Department. Yeah, so
Dude, I have a
they're
ton
putting their
pulled
foot
up
down.
too. Yeah. Milwaukee Police Department. Okay. Dallas Police Department halted the P320 use in 2017 over drop fire concerns. Milwaukee Police Department fully transitioned officers to Glocks in 2023 after several unintentional discharges. Uncommanded, I believe, is the new phrase that we're using. SEPTA, the Transit Police in Philadelphia, replaced 350 P320s with Glock 17s following a holstered discharge in 2023. I've saw that on Protraband's channel. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. He covers that ad nauseum. Pasco County Sheriff's Office in Florida dropped the P320 in 2021 after multiple self-defense incidents. Yakima Police Department of Washington reportedly discontinued the P320 post-holster discharge in 2020. Wyoming Highway Patrol abandoned the P320 as a standard sidearm after an unintended discharge. With a ton of other agencies on here. But I want to bring one thing to everyone's attention. The Texas State Troopers, while I was there, were in the window. While I was there training them, were in the window of deciding what their new service pistol would be, their new contract would be, and I kind of jokingly told I believe their deputy chief would be his rank. hey sir, I would not recommend the SIG. Like we've been using them for a while now in the Army, but we really wish we would have just went with the M9A4 at the grassroots level, right, at the NCO level or the senior NCO level. And he was like, yeah, but you really can't beat the magazines and that modularity. So as of
Yeah.
April of
What?
2025, the Department of Emergency Services in Texas, the Texas State Troopers, Texas Rangers have adopted the SIG M17 as their duty pistol.
Fools.
Oof, that's tough. What do they mean? But you can't beat the magazines. What do you mean
I
by
tried to show them.
that? Like
Um,
what was their
so here,
reasoning behind the
this is
magazines are
a
better?
this is a airsoft device, and
You
so
can tell
this
it's
Okay.
bright
this
orange.
yeah, you can tell because it's orange here. So this
Mm.
Yeah, orange power.
airsoft thing, these are really cool because they are like 21 rounds plus one, and they're really cool because it gives you a ton of say what you will, about the gun, it is extremely reliable. So, I mean, I did a burn down on the M18 on my channel. I don't think I had a single malfunction on the M18 and started the M17 before I basically gave up because I didn't feel like carrying a pistol unnecessarily outside of work because I'm already forced to do it at work a lot.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is why a lot of agencies like it. Is this and the modularity. So combine
Mhm.
the 21 round mag with the modular system. That's why a lot of agencies like it. Plus the price point. The price point is, I believe,
Yeah.
200 and some or 180 bucks. I can look that up right now.
Are they? Well, It's just interesting because I've never heard really bad reliability issues about Glock magazines. I guess though that you don't get like the, thumb extension, increased capacity, right? Because if you get a mag that's longer than the slide, it just sticks out the bottom and it doesn't make the grip longer. Interesting points though. I can't wait for Magpul to start making chassis for the RXM, and then the modularity goes back to not the SIG, but
Yeah, and then it's Jover for Sig.
it's fucking Jover form when that happens, brother. And we're making another video doubling down on the RXM at that point.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
says ChatGPT tells us the U.S. Army pays $207 per SIG M17 under its modular handgun system (MHS) contract. This unusually low figure includes not just the firearm but often additional accessories and support gear. $207, dude. So that's
Criminal.
Damn.
the
Criminally
$207
cheap.
price point, dude. I mean, you got to think, like, obviously the sponsor of my channel is Safariland, right? Like, I guess shameless promotion here again, but they still have to purchase um, the magazines, like a lot of magazines. We're talking thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not more, magazines for these guns. They still got to purchase the Safariland holsters because it's the best retention holster on the market. Um, yeah, I mean, they have to buy a ton of supporting equipment, the lights, I mean, what am I forgetting? Everything.
Just lights magazines is what I think.
Yeah.
Because most,
Lights,
and I mean, I guess some units might be
red
getting red dots, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. I don't know of any.
We
Like,
tested them,
MPs
they're
get red dots or
trash.
something.
Those square looking
Yeah,
boxy
the
things.
Sig one, the low profile fucking red dot that they have is booty meat.
They're really good for hitting the operator in the eye and making them blind permanently for the rest of their life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what they're really good
Yeah.
at. It's a feature. It's something we've been working on.
Shake awake operator.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, this has been beaten to death. We got a super chat here. Shay P. Cormac for $20 says National Park Services LE Rangers still carry the P320. Only reason I could think of is because they're feds, but other Fed LE carry Glocks. All the other agencies in my area carry Glock. Also, a big fan of the Channel Trench. Well, thanks, brother. That's
Aw.
huge. $20 is huge, right?
I'm gonna fucking cry.
If you guys haven't seen the burn down, I guess to just tangent, I released. So, remind me about the burn down, and thank you for the $20, brother. That's huge. I'll tell you why. So I did a ride along about 2 weeks ago at this point with a major metropolitan area PD, and I was able to interview and discuss with 3 different agencies, one of them being the troopers, the highway patrol in that area, and 2 being city police. The SIG is a joke, like literally, like they joke about the SIGs. in their departments.
That's awesome.
They're all carrying 17s. Like, I don't think I ran into a single officer that was carrying anything other than a 17. They had varying. They all had Surefire X300s. All the departments that I ran into, they were all carrying critical duty. I believe the vast majority of them were carrying critical duty, Hornady critical duty, and some of them had the Steiners, like a red dot from Steiner, and most of them had RMRs and stuff like that. But the point I guess I'm trying to make is it's at the street level, the officer level, it's a joke. It's literally a joke for most agencies. So for a agency like Texas Department of Emergency Services, that is very, very prestigious. Like that is one of the, other than I would say the Army and the Marine Corps, they are literally the most prestigious organization I think I've ever trained with and trained. They are very proud, the Texas Troopers and Rangers, and it's just it's embarrassing. It's the same amount of embarrassment as the Navy and the Army and the Marine Corps using the SIG. It's the same level of embarrassment, face palm, moment where it's like, what are we doing, dude? So, and I think their sergeant level, like the dudes that are like kind of our age group that are out there doing it, they get it. Like they want something that's more competent. But the older guys, they chose it for the price because they're a massive agency. They got to worry about awesome other equipment, right? So they cut at the worst possible area, the service pistol.
It's a funding thing primarily. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why the fucking Army went with it. It met. And I'm pretty sure this has already been like challenged, was if the SIG actually met the full minimum requirements during testing, but the main thing that squeezed it out was the fucking price. And didn't like Glock actually end up fucking suing them over that or some shit like that, because they're like, it didn't even meet the fucking requirements, so why the fuck did they get the contract?
Yeah. Well, like I know that there was for one, there, like I even said this in one of my videos, that amateurs talk tactics, professionals talk logistics. That's very true. However, logistics doesn't matter if your guys are getting shot in the leg by the fucking thing you chose that was a little bit cheaper. But the submission by Glock was the Glock 19X, and the Army held behind the fact that they're like, well, our soldiers shot the M17 better, and you don't have a safety or a modular chassis. And Glock was like, we're going to do you guys a favor and say that shit's stupid. And here's our gun anyway. And the Army went, no, we can't do that.
So the M17 was tested to the 5,000 round test, allegedly. It was tested to the 5,000 round test that allows 12 stoppages to pass. Now, I'm not going to speak for the Army or Department of Defense, but on the Trench Grenade channel, if it has more than 5 to 6 malfunctions in a 5,000 round burn down, my audience will meme on it. Look at the comment section of the TSAUS 1911 that's happening right now. The TSAUS had like 13 to 14 malfunctions, and my audience is killing that gun right now, like actively in the comments. So the Army's, or I gotta be careful here, the Department of Defense's requirement was 5,000 rounds, 12 stoppages to pass. Allegedly, the SIG was 0 stoppages past that. But the article here goes on to state that no M17 or M18 was endurance tested to the 20,000 round requirement that the M9 faced, which aimed of a 25,000 round service life per pistol. So, the final thoughts here, that it was endurance tested to 12,000 was the benchmark set by the Department of Defense, but never to 20,000 rounds. I'm going to tell you right now, and it also says the M9 Legacy pistol had a nominal 25,000 round service life and a 5,000 round test requirement, blah, 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 with expectations of endurance around 17,500 rounds. So the Beretta is a more reliable pistol.
Big surprise.
Like black and white from the testing. We all know this. I wish I could get mine out. The safe is right behind me. I wish I could get my M9A4 out and show you guys. But we all knew this. That's the only issue you're going to have with the old Beretta was the locking block would fail and sometimes in some models you would have a frame crack. But with the locking block, it was a simple 2-minute change and it's back in the fight. Now, one thing that is good about the M17 is when we have guns go down in competitions, it takes them no more than 5 minutes. New barrel, new slide, everything brand new in the gun. Like I had one of my guys, one of the NCOICs, I was a young staff sergeant when we were competing at one of the competitions. His gun, he had shot it 10,000 rounds because he went to a Ranger Battalion shooting course, and he came back, same pistol, same service pistol. We went to the competition. His gun literally firing pin broke or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Boom. He went over to the gun truck, the weapons truck. They literally switched out the slide, the frame, the barrel, everything. They just took his old stuff and kept his fire control unit, put it in a new gun, for lack of a better term, and DX the old. So that is if we're going to like play devil's advocate, we have to be clear that that is a huge pro, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have any
but-
thoughts on that? And then I'm going to read
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
but go ahead,
But-
Uncle.
yeah,
Yeah.
but does it really supersede the fucking glaring issue of just huge fucking safety concerns with tolerances being so tight in the fucking fire control, or rather in the slide, I guess, between the slide and the trigger, fucking where the gun's just fucking going off. You know what I mean? Like, what I want to know is why the fuck hasn't Sig like fucking just like found a good issue for this? You know what I mean? It's like this is like some shit that seems like it would happen in the fucking like late 80s or early 90s, where like fucking the striker fire guns are like new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like the fucking wheel has already been invented like, I don't know, 18 billion fucking years ago. So like why the fuck is it taking them so long to just like figure out a fucking viable option to remedy this issue?
Well, I will say the tactical level leaders, like the captains, I would say even majors, some majors that haven't sold their soul to the devil, because most majors and
Which aren't
above
many.
do.
Yeah, very few and far between.
Basically, the last real rank in the Army, for those that aren't tracking, is captain and sergeant first class. I would say master sergeant too. Master sergeants are pretty, and first sergeants are pretty based. A lot of them are my peers at this point. Like, this is a whole tangent, but like my old first sergeant and both my old first sergeant, new first sergeant, I've always had, shocker, I've always been a pretty high performer, kind of toot my own horn. And my first sergeants are always been pretty based, but not necessarily. They don't know though. I guess the point I'm trying to make is they don't really know about gun guy stuff. So like when the SIG gets brought up, oftentimes they'll lean on guys like us in this chat and guys watching this. They'll be like, "Hey Trench, Sergeant First Class Trench, what do you like? Is it true about all this SIG drama?" And I'm always like, "Yes, First Sergeant." Yes, but anyway, let me read this super chat real quick. DS for $20. Holy cow! This is our
Rake it in the cash.
This is all of our funding that we've ever got.
Literally.
Pink is my favorite color. Your mustache is magnificent. Hugs and kisses. Thank you, DS, for the $20 super chat. You are insane.
Live mustache reveal.
That's
right
awesome, dude.
There
Let's
you go.
See it.
Fucking live in 4K. I bought a new camera just so I can do this.
That's good. It looks good. Trench's twin sister for $1.99 says, "I love you, bro." Hi, I didn't know I had a sister, but hi.
Do you see the profile picture?
I do. I can't see it. Oh, yes. The Downs is strong in this one.
Yeah, dude.
I love it.
It's hereditary.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
I would say most senior level leaders don't get it. They just don't, dude. They're too focused on mission planning and organizational energy and stuff like that. They just don't get it.
They've got important jobs and stuff for sure, but there's a lot that it's fine if they are out of touch with things, but they do need to rely on the people who are in touch with topics they don't know about.
Yeah.
As an example, not naming names or anything, but when I was getting ready to go over on my deployment, I'm trying to keep things very vague because I don't want to specify this individual, but I had an officer of a specific rank who we were issued concealed carry holsters for our M17s or M18s. And I was trying to figure out how I wanted to wear it in the event that I had to use it. and I had it clipped into the appendix position. And he walks by and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to figure out how this holster works because we just got it like 5 minutes ago." And he's like, "You don't carry a pistol over your dick, you idiot." And I was like, "Well, sir, as a matter of fact, you do. It's called the appendix position." And he would not hear it. He's like, "No, that's retarded. That's not a real thing. You're making stuff up. Like that's some
It's
Chicago
not real."
gangbanger stuff." And I'm
It
like,
can't hurt
"Dude,
you.
what?"
It's not real.
Yeah, yep,
Dude.
yep. According to that individual, appendix carry is not real. It doesn't exist because he's never heard of it.
It can't hurt you.
Yep. So
Holy cow.
yeah, there's a lot of higher ranked people in the army who they know a lot about what they need to know, but they are very close-minded about other things.
Well, it looks like we have to see the mustache again. DS for another $20
Yep.
base. He says, "Wait, show me the mustache again. I didn't finish." Whoa.
Hold on. We'll do a
Oh
half.
man.
We'll do a
Okay,
half,
we got gamer words.
We'll do a half
Oh,
sort of face reveal.
we got
here.
a face reveal for $20. That's all it took. $20 face reveal.
Not that.
Damn.
Gotta put my glasses back on.
I can't see. I can't see without my glasses.
I can't.
I can't see out of this damn thing.
Fuck it, we're gonna be blind. There you go.
That's good. That's a good look.
We got the Lenny chops.
Beautiful.
For $20, it's a face reveal. For $100, you can see his feet. Okay.
Yeah. That's in the Discord.
Feet.
I will say, at this point, I've encouraged my audience to write what's called a white paper. It's a APA formatted. If you don't know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. APA format, right? Do your research, cite sources. Make sure you check it over. Make sure you have a buddy proofread it, if not like 6. But have write a APA formatted white paper and submit it to your brigade level leadership. Make sure obviously your company level or equivalent are tracking, but make sure they proofread it. They may be wanting to help you, but submit it to your brigade level leadership and tell them, "Sir, ma'am, sergeant major, this is the issue with this pistol or whatever piece of equipment." And I think this is going to have to be a grassroots level thing, and that's how we address it. You got to address it. You got to be political about it. You got to be respectful. But I do think this is going to be one of those. The SIG pistol is going to be one of those things where, and the rifle is right behind it, right? I would say we're months away from the 6.8 really showing its ass. And
I cannot wait.
Oof.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so awesome.
Can't wait for the army to go back and reinvent the wheel of the battle rifle and then go, "Oh,
Yeah,
this
right.
is kind of heavy."
The fucking M14 all over again.
Yep. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I'm gonna,
Cartridges nobody uses that barely get produced as is. Make it heavy. Give it a big dumb suppressor too.
Yeah, we got to start all the way the fuck over from fucking restocking our armories with fucking
Yep.
ammunition and shit,
ammunition.
which we were already low on.
Logistically, so now we don't have the same cartridges ever. So we're transitioning topics.
No NATO
'cause
nations. Yep.
SIG is
Yep.
SIG is just gonna. We're just gonna shit on SIG for 2 hours. All right. We are just
Big
gonna
surprise.
sit here and shit on SIG. So
Well,
the NATO, no one in NATO is using 6.8. Okay, 277 Fury. We're the only ones. So if we have units in World War III get in a bad spot, we're gonna be the only ones with the gun. Okay, there's that.
Hmm.
Also, look at the service pistol. We'll be the only ones using the M17, so we won't be able to look to the left and right for replacement magazines. Everyone else is going to have Glock, okay? So, logistics wins wars, so we're already not going to have the same barrels, magazines, ammunition, equipment, training. Okay, now let's look at the actual failures. I'm going to read these off, and I'll listen for your guys' response to all this. Failure to feed. Without a can, it won't pick up the next round. With a can, it's smashing the side of the casing underneath the bolt. Over and under gassing from suppressor use, the gas port sizing was suspected. Okay, so gas port issues and over gas or under gas, because the stupid gun, we're going to kill this thing because I already know Bones is going to get fired up on this one. The stupid gun was designed to have a can on it, a can that we didn't want, okay? Overgassing, suppressor problems. Spear owners, especially in 308 6.8, report violent ejection or harsh recoil due to being overgassed when suppressed. barrel handguard flex and zero shift. One of the most common complaints: lateral barrel movement under pressure, leading to point of impact shifts, barrel shift in the receiver, very bad design, barrel shifts and wobbly as a flaccid. SIG supporters know many have resolved by torquing the barrel, blah, blah, blah. Quality control issues noted. Loose factory torque leading to reoccurring shift problems. Trigger reset resistance. Hard resets of the trigger stiff as though it's unsafe. Muzzle device installation removal. Owners have difficulty removing SIG's factory. That doesn't really matter. Bottom line.
Yeah, just pin and weld the suppressor on. That's fine. That'll fix it.
I mean, the bottom line is, gun is heavy. Gun is unreliable. Gun has less bullets. Gun is too large, too long because of the suppressor, too hot, doesn't work. Service life is like 2,000 rounds. Gun is bad. What are your thoughts on the SIG Spear, gentlemen?
Gun bad. Bottom text.
The M7.
Yeah.
It is the M7.
Dude. Yeah, it's we've reinvented the wheel of the battle rifle, and we've done it probably in the worst way possible too, in a logistically inferior way. And now we're gonna say, all right, 5'4", 100-pound female, you are going to qualify with this weapon system, and you're gonna try to hold it up to do the first round on the rifle qual.
Yeah, well, what about I saw a video today. I didn't watch it obviously because I don't support fucking big gun tube fucking big gun tube cringe slop
Yes.
funded by the Rothschilds. But
Yeah,
who are you referring to? You couldn't be referring to Mr. Thumb.
Oh, Mr. Grandcum? Yeah, no, I might be. But he made a video talking about the Army's new PDW.
The B&T, yep.
Yeah, the B&T. And like, I feel like I've heard the Army adopting a fucking PCC like probably for the last 10 years now, a few different times, and I've never fucking seen one in person, nor if I like. I think, okay, if we're gonna go back to like World War II level fucking arming of the troops and shit like that, like where standard line infantry is gonna get a big fat chungus fucking rifle that, well, I mean the M1 fucking knocked dicks off for fucking like 20 years, but it's like if we're gonna go to the fucking 6.68 Fury or whatever the fuck, and then
yeah,
I think it would be a smart idea, since we're just gonna pull our ass out and fucking reinvent the wheel. We might as well start issuing fucking PDWs and shit to non-combat oriented roles and shit like that. It's all stupid. You know what I mean?
It's all stupid. The line of
thinking... fucking M4 was fine. It was fucking fine. It was fine. It was perfect. It was light. It was fuelable. It was serviceable. Fuck it. Like, come on, dude. Like, Jesus H. Fucking pissing me off.
You know what you get to do with the M4 if you want to configure it to other tasks? You put a 20-inch barrel on it.
Yeah,
and load it with M8
2 pins, bro. Toolless fucking upgrade.
Yeah. And then for your non-frontline troops, you give them like a 10.5 and maybe a K-can suppressor if you really want to be fancy. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We've fixed all the problems, and we're using the platform everybody knows how to use already, that already weighs a good amount and uses 5.56, which is fucking everywhere.
It was never an issue.
It was the dog's getting worked up about it.
Dude, it was never even a thought. Never once in my career.
Sorry, my dog just spaz.
You're good. Never once in my career was I like, God, I wish my gun was heavier and had less bullets.
Hana, stop.
And even suppressed, the gun is still loud. Like,
yes.
So never once was I like, you know what, guys, we should make this bitch longer and heavier and less reliable and have less magazine compatibility with our NATO allies and carry more, like, I don't know, everything. It's just, the whole thing it smells like a monopoly, allegedly.
It does, and it sounds like you're creating, you're fixing problems that don't exist. It's like there's no, you're the body armor defeating capability of 5.56. We've reached it. I get innovation needs to happen, but it doesn't make sense. I don't know, milk 5.56 more. Jelk it even further if you can. Put it in a 20-inch barrel. Give it powder that burns well in a 20-inch barrel. Throw some DMRs out there for guys if you really want you know, the dick flattening level 4 plate crushing ammo and stuff, but having, you know, proprietary 308 seems like probably the worst way you could go about doing it.
If you ask ChatGPT what the ideal service pistol is, guess what it tells you?
I'm gonna guess the M9A4
No.
or the Marine Corps' M45A1 or whatever they use.
No.
Glock
It says
17.
the Glock 17.
Whoa! Shocker!
I mean, this is no brainer. This is like water is wet at this point.
Water is wet.
What video did I do the other day? I don't even. It was basically a water is wet video. It was like, dude, I'd have to go look. But I felt stupid doing it. But then I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna do this SIG video. I think it was on the SIG because like there's gonna be somebody out there that is still carrying it that doesn't know. And sure as shit.
Yep.
Yep. Here it is right here. SIG P320 Defenders are a problem. It was the video title. And yep, if you go to the comments of that video, there's a ton of guys that were like, holy cow, my buddy carries a SIG. I'm going to show them this. So until I stop seeing SIGs in the wild on people's hips, I am going to keep making the content. The very clickable
Yeah.
SIG content.
The slander will continue until the cope stops.
Yep.
That's
Until the
another
SIG
thing.
M17 has been abolished.
The dudes love the drama. Like the normal dudes that already have like a Glock 17 or 19, they're like, yeah, it's
Mhm.
hilarious. These dudes are, the dudes carrying the SIGs are pretty much idiots at this point, for lack of a better
Mhm.
term. And the agencies
Copium.
defending them are even worse because they're putting their. Imagine you are a lieutenant in charge of 20 officers or a brigade commander in charge of 6,000 people, responsible for 6,000 people, and everyone's carrying M17s. Like, what is
I'd have those notes to home about your soldier being injured on speed dial, or the inevitability when somebody does an airborne jump or jumps out of a Humvee the wrong way and it sights the pistol and it fucking shoots them in their kneecap or something. Now, granted, a lot of training isn't with one in the chamber all the time live ammo.
when we
but
jump,
still.
we don't jump with a mag in at all.
Okay, yeah.
Mag out completely. For your rifle, the magazine is taped or retainer banded, or not taped, retainer banded to your buttstock. So when you hit the ground, you pull your rifle out, you rip the magazine off the buttstock and load, and there you go.
It makes sense.
Same thing for the pistol.
Shows my lack of pedigree. Don't know shit about airborne operations.
You
Never
don't
been.
have pedigree.
No
Shame
pedigree
this man.
whatsoever.
I too am a filthy leg, so
Yeah, filthy
How
leg
dare you.
adjacent.
I can't believe we're living in a world where I have 2 legs and 1 live stream.
Yeah, well, sorry, Air Assault School's the realest fake airborne
Oh my
school. So
gosh. But yeah, any other thoughts about? I mean, let's talk about. And I should ask the 185 people listening to the sound of my voice right now.
damn.
Yeah, if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you haven't hit the like button, you are worse than SIG Defenders. So if all
can't beat those
185, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a rough allegation. I know. I'll pay for it in court, but yeah, please hit the like button for real. It helps out more than you guys truly understand. But yeah, any closing thoughts before we switch topics on, I guess, the agency level, the department or agency level issuing these guns with a straight face to their officers and soldiers?
I'm gonna say that I'm glad to see that there's finally change at the organizational level. Like, police departments are waking up. They are standing their ground and standing against the SIG tide and pushing back. And I hope that urges other organizations, and the snowball keeps rolling downhill until it's either fixed or replaced. So I think that's awesome that we're seeing that so far. It doesn't fix the issue, obviously, but it's good that people are no longer drinking the Kool-Aid. Chicago PD doing something good for once.
yeah, rare Chicago W.
Yeah, rare Chicago W.
They finally won a gunfight, and it wasn't.
Yeah. And it was against themselves.
Yes,
It was
Chicago won the
against the gun.
gunfight.
Yeah.
I mean, where does this go?
Uh,
Where does this go? Is this going to be one of those things where SIG gets in massive trouble like Colt with the M45 MUSOC or MARSOC M45 1911, and they get in such bad PR trouble like they already are. Let's say things get 5% worse than they are right now. where does this end? And what gun does the Army grab? That is the real question. Does the Army, or do all these organizations, I say the Army, do all these organizations, do they grab a Glock or something more modular like an RXM? What?
Dude, I
Dude.
will pound that war drum for the DoD. Put
That's
me in,
the
coach.
day I die.
Put me in. my time has finally come. I think I'm hopeful that eventually, SIG either unfucks the P320 or, the wide scale adoption of something else comes around. And yeah, it'll probably be realistically a Glock 17, the Glock 19X, maybe the M9A4
or the 47 at this point.
Yeah, or the 47.
It's basically
or,
a 19, a better 19.
I don't know. I think I think the homies over at Smith and Wesson really shit the bed.
Brother. Without
fucking, because like, dude, they had the fucking law enforcement industry, I guess you could call it, like they had the law enforcement industry by the fucking cojones, bro, for a long fucking time. And then they just fucking let it go to fucking SIG. It's like I remember like less than 10 years ago, fucking, where you couldn't see a cop carrying a fucking M&P 9 and having like a fucking M&P Sport or a fucking some variant of like a Smith and Wesson fucking AR as their duty rifle, as their patrol rifle. And it's just like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know what I mean? They have the ability. They could fucking compete against Glock very, very fucking easily. I mean, I think it would have been a close fight between like the what the fuck was it? The 19X and whatever the fuck the M&P decided to fucking throw, or Smith and Wesson decided to throw in there. But it's like, dude, fucking, I mean, it already met the fucking requirements. It had a fucking a pretty good safety on it if you wanted to get a fucking safety version. You know what I mean? It was fucking dead reliable. It was fucking ergonomic. It wasn't super fucking expensive. It was durable. It was good. The fucking
metal sights from the factory too. I'm pretty sure.
Sights from this fan. Yeah, dude. Like, come on, man.
I'm gonna
like,
shit on your parade.
Smith and Wesson just.
I'm gonna shit on your parade.
Oh no! I didn't. Did M&P not, or Smith and Wesson not submit anything?
I'm gonna shit on your parade really hard right
now. I think they did, but they didn't make it to the testing phase or something like that.
Let's hear it. Lay that log right on OG's chest.
Units carried by law enforcement officers right now in the United States. Okay. Glock 17/19, you have 600,000 that are being carried right now. 600,000 units of a Glock 17 or 19. For the 6-hour P320, you have an estimated 150,000. Okay, so you go from over 500,000, okay, to 150,000 for the SIG P320, and then for the Smith & Wesson M&P, the high estimates are 100,000. So Smith, and bottom line is, Glock is the dominant pistol by far, carried by hundreds of thousands, over 1 million officers, or 500,000 officers. The P320 M20 are much less prevalent, the 320 due to safety issues, and the 2.0 due to performance. So the performance being that of the magazines. The magazines are not ideal for reloading. They're reliable, but they're not ideal, right? And the grip flaring, what am I trying to say? The flaring of the magazine well isn't flared at all, as opposed to even the Glock Gen 5s, which aren't really flared, but they're barely flared out, barely. So it gives you just enough. So yeah, basically.
Listen,
and this
magwell flaring is fucking goofy when you just have good magazine geometry.
But that's the problem with the base plate. The base plate for the 2.0. That's the downfall.
You're putting a hat on a fucking hat when you have a flared magwell and a fucking literally double to single fucking magazine that's fucking tapered at the top already. You know what I mean? It's like what are we maximizing here? You know what I mean by fucking getting a fucking like 1 degree bevel that's a fucking millimeter tall inside of the magwell of a Glock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think they're close.
Much fucking better.
I think they're close. I think the only things that I don't like about the 2.0 I would complain about the pinching of the hand and the magazine design on the bottom, and the doggone, it feels, even though it's a 9mm like the other guns, it feels like there's more resistance when you reciprocate the slide. It feels almost like a Glock 27 is a good way for me to put it, I guess. Like there's a ton of resistance, if that makes sense. Like if you go pick up a 17 and rack it, yeah, it's a little resistance. Feels like a, you pick up a 320, there's like none because it's a bad design.
It'll
There's
like
no
play
They
resistance
do
at
have
all.
very, very smooth slide operation, the 320. Like,
And
I'll
then,
give them that.
yeah, and then the 2.0 is just like, the 2.0 feels like you're trying to start a fucking lawnmower when you rack it. It literally feels like you're like, ugh. So.
That's funny. Yeah, well, I mean, they did have a lot of the market, and I do really like the M&Ps, but the reason why I don't personally own one is because the magazines. I'm already owned by big Glockazine, so
You're owned by
I'm not
Ruger.
buying a pistol, but well, yeah, but that takes Glock mags.
I feel like if you got bought out tomorrow,
Also-
it would be the RXM. Magpul.
Also, yeah, I was gonna say, I asked Ruger. I asked them. I said, "Hey, I'm about to glaze your pistol for 30 minutes. Do you guys want to sponsor this video?" And they said nothing. They didn't respond to me. So you know
Tough.
what? Yep. Yeah, my soul is still my own. Nobody's bought it yet.
Another day.
It's so funny. You've definitely you've gone full transparent to the point where they're like, we're not even gonna pay this dude. He's just gonna say exactly what we want him to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't tell him that I was gonna glaze it for 20 minutes, but I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna make a video on the RXM. I'm gonna say pretty good things about it. You guys want is there anything that I'm gonna leave out of this video that you want to pay me to say? Because if I agree with it, I'll say it. Because I like the pistol, but they were like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll talk. We'll ask corporate about that one." Then they never got back to me.
They
Big
delete.
surprise.
They put your shit to spam.
Yeah, they throw
Don't
it
ever
right in the
email us
fucking
again.
shredder. Yeah.
We don't care if you're the next big, YouTuber. You're out of here. We hate you. Don't ever call us
Bro.
again.
Rightfully so. Now I get to say whatever I want about the Ruger, which was all good things in
Yeah.
it.
They've already bought you over by just having a superior product to fucking Glock. So
Yep.
it is what it is.
I saw
Exactly.
your video. I thought it was good, well thought out. I do think that
Go ahead.
I don't know. I like the gun. I'm partial to it because I tested it. I do. There's the pedigree thing in the back of my mind that always just remains.
Of course, Trench is thinking about the pedigree.
Yes, it just
I'm
remains like rent free in the back of my mind. I'm just like, but this gun is very new, very cheap. Like even though it's like actively working, and you're like, yeah, but this is very new, very cheap, and it's made by two companies that are kind of fucking cringe. So, for lack of a better term, like the RXM is the only good thing that has came out of either company in years. The Gen 3 PMag and the 1022. That's it, right? Pretty much.
Well, Ruger made the SFAR, which is a real light 308. I don't follow Ruger super closely. I know they made that. That was decent from what I've heard. I don't know. Magpul seems like it's always making good stuff. But to double back on it, the video itself was more like if people get caught up in the trees for the forest and miss it a little bit. Video was more so about there's a lot of stagnation in the gun community and like with products that are coming out. It's not inherently the worst thing in the world, right? But we're gonna start seeing, I think, a lot of companies get dethroned here soon if they don't, just include like basic proven better things like fucking metal sights to their pistol that already cost like $700. That's where I was kind of coming from. But yeah, it is, as I had mentioned in the video, like it is. I think it's better than a Glock right now. Now, if it starts to shit the bed and they start having issues or that's proven they don't last as long, then I'll make another video about it. We'll talk about it. But as it stands right now, that's how I feel about it. But if mine shoots me in the penis tomorrow and explodes, I will be from the hospital bed talking about why I hate it.
You're live
I
streaming.
was wrong all along.
You're live streaming from the hospital bed. You're like, all right, I was wrong.
Yeah, you'll be hearing the fucking heart rate monitor beep, beep. Yeah, guys, we fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
as we
fucking just 2 points I want to make. 2 points I want to fucking make.
Let's hear it.
One, I'm gonna vehemently fucking defend Ruger's name because they haven't released
Shadowed by Ruger 2.
They haven't fucking released a shit product in a very long time, except for maybe, from what I hear, the I think it's the Saint. It's whatever their fucking 308 AR is. I think has kind of been
They
like
are.
shoddy.
Yeah.
Their AR-10 that they had wasn't too bad. Which, I mean, the AR-10 already is like a fucking not a very good
Yeah.
platform unless it's like it's got to be built and tuned to very 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 tight tolerances to run good. But like the fucking Ruger American kicks ass. Fucking we're gonna sleep on the fucking SP what the fuck is it, the 101 or the
The
SP.
revolver, SP-101.
I mean,
Yeah, the 101 fucking kicks ass. The GP100 fucks like a fucking bull. Fucking I wish they would bring back the SR9C because that was the king of poverty ponies back in the day. Fucking
The Ruger Hard R
now,
line.
yeah, now it's like
Brother.
the the hard R line, yeah,
Brother.
literally. Fucking
I think they're just boring for me personally. They're not my cup of tea personally. They
but
kind
they're
of
different. That's the thing, is it's cool. Like Ruger isn't afraid to fucking innovate. You know what I mean? They're fucking they're good at what they're Keltec but better. You know what I
But
mean?
better. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I'm not
Keltec
trying
is
to glaze.
trash.
Keltec is actually made of recycled beach plastic. You know what? Good on them for being green. Green company, Keltec, beach plastic, Nerf gun builds. I will say that I did some research on, and we're gonna glaze Ruger some more here. The Ruger glazing will not stop. I looked up because I compared. I was like, all right, what are some other ARs that are similar in price to the Ruger 5.56, and let's compare them. And really, the big one that stuck out was the M&P Sport. The M&P Sport 2/Sport 3. They're almost identical in features and bullshit that's on them, whatever. But the Ruger's barrel is cold hammer forged, and it is also medium profile. That is two major massive W's compared to a button rifled 1440 soft ass steel of the M&Ps. And I don't know what profile it is, but if it's not medium, if it's government or SOCOM, it's silly.
I mean,
when I saw that, I was like, there we go, thank you.
yeah, I can't think of a bad, like, I'm thinking of Ruger. I can't think of like a bad product necessarily. I just, for their marketing and for me, I just kind of skip right by them, other than the RXM, and go to something a little bit nicer. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that their stuff is fine, but for me, when I think Ruger, I kind of think American frontiersman-y, kind of fuddy. Even
That's why they
though
need
they
me.
make
I will change the direction.
I mean, maybe, but for me, it is. When I think Ruger, I think, probably racist, which is whatever you think about that, leave that there. But, you know, I don't know. It's kind of just like a fuddy vibe, kind of for me. I understand, like, yeah, the RXM and the SFAR 308 have been pretty good. You know, the RXM has been flawless for me. Has it been flawless for you, Bones?
Yeah, the only time I have issues with it is when I use PMags, and sometimes they don't
Really?
lock the slide open. Yeah,
I haven't had
the
any
only
issues
time.
with mine.
Like,
But yeah,
that's about the only time I've had it. Or really, really cheap reload ammo. Yeah, sure, it sometimes has issues. But that if I'm using good ammo and actual real magazines, I'm fine. And even then, the PMags work fine. They just don't always lock the last round. They don't always lock the slide open on the last round.
I mean, yeah, I think the company's fine, to be honest. I mean, it's
Yeah.
an American-made company. They're innovating. Cool. Boring, honestly. It's just boring.
That's
They're
fine.
making.
We'll make them cool.
Hey,
They're
you know what
making
else is
Glock
boring?
clones.
Fucking Glock, dude.
Yeah, I
Glock is
mean,
fucking boring.
it's tried and true, and it works, and they have the most
Yeah.
amount of service pistols being fielded by
They have the
any
pedigree.
company.
Just
Yeah.
you wait, Trench. My
Yeah.
next video coming out, I'm gonna fucking I'm literally gonna I'm digging a hole in the backyard right now, and I'm gonna throw my fucking I'm gonna throw the entirety of Glock into it. Literally, it's gonna be a slaughter.
It'd be
Just
funny.
letting you know now.
Most gun tubers that go against Glock are just doing it for pure hate, like rage baiting, because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the Glock sucks. It's like, are you sure about
Not
that?
I, big dog. Not I. Listen.
I can't wait.
This is
We are-
coming from somebody. I have owned 11 fucking Glocks over the years. 11.
It's a
Fucking
lot.
11 of them. Okay. And I didn't get rid of them because they fucking were like inherently bad or something like that. But it's like, for one, the fucking ergonomics are fucking ass on them. Like, let's stop pretending that they're good. They're not.
Brantley
It's
Merriam
literally
just won second place with a Glock 17 stock for USPSA.
Yeah,
So
well, you
people
have
do
to
like
get
to
good at
bring that
shooting
up.
fucking Minecraft guns. It's literally a Roblox gun. Okay, it doesn't fit good in my round articulated fucking hand like an M&P does. You know what I mean? Fucking, it's got plastic sights out of it. It's a six to $700 gun that lacks out of the box. That is egregious.
They're not
That is
700
fucking
bucks.
terrible.
For Blue
So
Label, they're
$600.
500. For normal people, they're 600. For a weird one, you might be up at 700 for like a weird model, like a 34 maybe. But
So if you bought a brand new Gen 5 that had a 599 sticker price with tax, you wouldn't be paying close to $700.
I get Blue Label, so I get
I mean,
500. But
the street price is, by and large, right? If you, they're what did I say in my video? The Glock 19X at least, so that comes with, I think, metal sights,
yeah, it
I
does.
believe, and it comes with the slide cut. That gun is roughly 700 some odd bucks street price from what I've seen for brand new street price. When I looked at gun.deals, what's the average price on a Glock 19X brand new? It was $704 to $755. That's what I saw. That's what we pulled up when I did the video.
Right now, it is 539 from Bass Pro, 599, and we can't really talk too much more about this because we'll get nuked from existence. But the average, the average is 539 on ChatGPT right now. Well, we won't talk about it too much more because we can't get it nuked. Actual numbers,
yeah.
But the point is, if you can't afford a $500 Minecraft to $600 Minecraft toy. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like,
go work
an extra shift in the coal
price
factory.
issue. I don't mind paying a premium for a premium gun, but you're not getting a premium gun.
I don't think
dude,
that's
I had a fucking
I mean,
okay. So let's talk about a cheaper one then. The fucking 43X. Okay, those fucking retail for a number that's 4, 5, and 0. Okay, so fucking like. I bought one brand new off the fucking shelf. It was when they just released the American made ones. And fucking dude,
fully based.
That shit had I tested it, had an 8.5 pound fucking trigger on it, and it was not a New York version.
Some of the 43Xs had really bad triggers at first.
Terrible fucking triggers.
Mine is very terrible still, but guess what? I just did the modern FUD. The hipster FUD thing, and I just shot it a lot, and it got better. I did the painful route. But I would say
that's not something that should happen with a full price fucking gun,
right.
Dude. That's terrible. Well, like, why are we just okay with this?
I don't
you know
think
what I'm saying?
That's like okay with it.
That's like going out and buying a fucking Kia and it blows up in fucking 50,000 miles, and it's like, well, you know, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, but they don't.
No, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb.
They don't blow up. That's the thing. They work.
No, they don't blow up. But everything else about it is just fucking garbage, dude. Bad sights, bad fucking trigger, bad ergonomics.
Say you are in the minority, sir, but you are entitled to your opinion.
I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. At the end of the day, what matters about a handgun is that you are good with it, not that you like it. So if you like it,
and is it safe?
Yeah. If you're better with a 19, which what I find from my experience is, and even Nighthawk, right, my fiance, and the vast majority of people I've trained with, they'll be using some trash like LCP, LCR, whatever, or 43, or like 365, or Hellcat, any of the ones you want to name. And then I'm like, hey man, you want to shoot this for a second? And they're like, sure. And then they're like, I really like this. What is it? I'm like, it's the gun you should have bought, a Glock 19. So
we could segue into off that actually, if you want, a topic we don't really talk about, but people who carry tiny guns.
Yeah, let's do
that. Why the tiny gun trap? I think that's one we could all probably find a lot of common ground on. Is that
before we
lot of people. What do we got?
I was just going to say, guys, if you're here, make sure to support. Hit the like button. Comment. Leave any comment down below if you're watching this tomorrow or you're watching it right now. Make sure you don't leave a chat. We appreciate your chats, but make sure you leave a comment in the actual video. Make sure you're subscribed to Bones Maloney and Uncle OG. And last but not least, Safariland. Make sure if you need a duty rated, if you need, not want, right? I'm not advocating for, because even though they are a sponsor, there is a link in the description. If you need it, right? Not just to consume, to buy, but if you need it for work or LARPing or for Minuteman activities, there will be a link for you guys to get a duty rated holster. I can't stress enough, right? Yes, I'm sponsored, affiliate with them, but I don't want you guys to just go out and buy to buy, if that makes sense. So, but if you need it and you're like, hey, I really need a new thing, go grab it. And on that note, we're going to transition to the baby guns. But before we get into it, Redacted Actual for $5 says, I always kind of like the Ruger SR556. Yeah, that one's good. And the SR762. The gas piston ARs is that they made for a short time. Yeah, I think the SR556, I've seen good things about that one. Thanks for the $5, brother. That was from Redacted Actual. Thanks, brother.
Hell yeah. I've heard some interesting things about the piston ones. They were super expensive when they came out though, which was sucky. Ruger has had some blunders though. They have. And speaking of the LCR, the LCP, the finish on them is notoriously bad on those pistols. So that's something I've kept close eye on my RXM, is to see how the finish holds up over time. And you know, in the video you see 1 year of wear on the pistol, carrying it close to every day, and what that looks like, and it's been good so far. But to transition, I will say it loud and the man for the back. I hate tiny guns and I hate tiny pistols. And I think most people should, if they're thinking about getting any pistol for carry, they should go, and they're on the fence between one size or the other, they should go for the larger size. Any thoughts on that initial statement, Kings?
I want to read a number of guns that are going to make everybody in chat throw up. Ready? This is what they get for not hitting the like button. Kimber, Kimber Micro 9, Beretta Nano, High Point CF380, Keltec P11, Sig Sauer P938, and last but not least, the Sig Sauer P365 broken firing pin. Now that you are all sick to your stomach, oh, and the Hellcat, because if you support Springfield Armory, you might as well be a communist and you should not be in my chat. Anyway, back to the conversation.
Somebody in my chat, on the comments of my RXM video was like, you know what's better than the RXM and the Glock? The Springfield Echelon. And I was like, oh my God. No.
You should have banned that. No, don't ban him. You should study him for science. Lock him in a cage.
Yeah, quarantine him.
Yeah, put him in
it's like, I didn't know they made people that stupid. That's honestly impressive. Like, seriously.
Build beyond factory specifications. Yeah. Yes. What was Yeah, so tiny guns, right? I made my bold hot take on tiny guns. Let's hear it.
I've had many different variation of pistols throughout the years. I was kind of like my autistic fucking latching on point was different types of pistols and stuff like that, and carrying them and trying them out. And I've had the 43, I've had the two 43Xs. I've had fucking Ruger LC9. I've had a Ruger LCP, and I've settled. Okay, I've settled, and this is
settling down.
I settled down, and my main squeeze is a Shield Plus. That is, and I'm a
very good option.
I'm a big chungus man. Okay, I have very large hands, and the Shield Plus. It's like I almost forget that it's there when I'm carrying it, but it's like I could still shoot it very well. You know what I mean? Like it's just good. They maximized the fucking capabilities for a gun that size by having good ergonomics and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's just damn good. It's just
boring.
Damn good.
It's
I've
good
heard really good things about the smaller frame Smith & Wessons. I've heard good things about them.
It's
what you got, Trench?
I don't know, man. The Shield Plus is obviously good. Yeah, I mean, I carry two guns. The Staccato C2 that's sitting right here with an X300 and 507 comp, and a Glock 19. So one or the other. And the Ruger RXM gets in there sometimes when I'm bored. But yeah, it's just it's boring to me because I think it's been the topic of discussion for so long that it's because we beat the dead horse so many times. For us, or for me anyway, it's boring. But for people that might be still deciding what gun to get for the first time, it's not. So I think it's important to remember that. I guess. It's like just because we know the 4 rules of weapon safety and like how to load, unload, how to do basic stuff, and it's boring to us, I think yeah, it deserves to be talked about. So yeah, the Shield Plus is a good one. Glock 19, Glock 17 or 47 if you're taller, um, Staccato C2 or Staccato P.
Hana, fucking
Um,
relax, bro. Please.
but
Sorry.
yeah, all those guns are just if we were in a store and you're like I need a gun, I would just say here's like the 4 I recommend. Where's your price point? Do you want to get like spoiled out the gate and you can afford like the best? Then maybe get a C2. A Staccato C2 or a Staccato P. I mean, and I've never had a malfunction in 10,000 rounds. So,
Would you say, Trench,
yep.
that the Staccato is a boring gun also, or no?
It is the only thing that makes it not boring is how good you can shoot with it. So I did a red dots are like strippers video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I remember
Yep.
title at least.
Yeah, the red dots are like strippers, and we went out. Nighthawk and I went out, and we had like the plate racks and everything set up, and we were just gonna shoot for B-roll and kind of had more of a discussion of how to use red dots. The point of the uh, point I'm trying to make here is the gun is so fast, so accurate, and the trigger is so good. The bullets touch exactly where you looked. And if you never had that feeling where you're like, oh damn, this thing is like tack driving, that is the Staccato. It literally wherever you look, that's where the bullet will go. So if you want to just if you're rich, if you're listening to this, one, you should super chat like $100 right now. Two, just if you want to skip ahead in your like timeline of shooting and you're already like understand how to shoot okay, if you go in straight to a Staccato P, you would be like, damn dude, thank you, because you're about to be a really good shooter. As long as you dry fire the same amount as you would with any other gun, a Glock, dude, you're gonna be like you're gonna go to the range with your buddies and you're gonna be like stacking rounds fast, and the gun's gonna track back. I mean, it's good. I can't say I have 30 freaking videos on the Staccato at this point probably, but
The Staccato glazing will continue, but
Yes.
the
I don't
fucking
like the new ones. The
I
Glock
think
magazine ones.
so. To circle back, on the boring gun issue, fucking I think why you might think the Shield Plus is boring is because it doesn't need anything out of the box. It is a gun that is good to go, and I think that's why people like Glocks is because they know that they're getting into a solid fucking platform that is really good to fucking build on. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing is that it kind of needs to be fucking built on in order for it to be like 100%. You know what I'm saying? To get into a more comfortable fucking weapon system. Like, so, I didn't you make a video not too long ago about like restless gun syndrome or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I got into it myself this weekend, or I would say over the past long weekend, because I normally carry the 19, right? The Glock 19 Gen 5.
Yeah.
And I saw my Staccato in the safe, and I was like, why
It
don't
called
I?
to you like the Green Goblin
Yes,
mask.
I was like, why don't I just carry it?
Just talking.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I was looking at it. I'll be very careful here. I was looking at it, and I was like, you get 16, okay, plus 1. I've never had a single. You can see kind of the wear here. I've competed with them. I've won competitions with it. I have bullets that function flawlessly, the HSTs. I don't know. I literally was looking at it in the safe, and I was like, and the Holosun 507 comp after that argument debate we had the other night on here, I was like, why don't I more often?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck it. I literally was like, fuck it. So I've been carrying it. I do 4 o'clock inside the waistband, and I do fanny pack with a trigger guard, has like a lanyard thing, trigger guard thing.
Yeah, trigger guard cover.
Kydex trigger guard that like snaps on, and that way when you draw it, you can just grab the string. I don't know. I like it. I don't think they're good for duty as far as like a military context. I have a bunch of videos on that. I don't think like if I was going to Syria tomorrow, I think it's the worst gun possible for that. I think maybe if you're a law enforcement officer, you can make the argument for using it. Maybe I think Glock is still a better option or equivalent, right? Smith and Wesson, whatever Glock are still better for like duty. But you really,
Mhm.
it's hard to make an argument when I've shot 10,000 rounds, over 10,000 rounds through the gun and never had a single issue out of 2.
Mhm.
I've shot a buddy's C2 as well. His was modded out. He changed the trigger, a bunch of stuff, dude. And he had no issues with his either. So it's like, huh, weird. Weird.
Mm.
You want to hate it. I want to hate my own gun. I really do. I'm a hater.
That's exactly like the point of my next video is that like I always just come crawling back to fucking Glocks because it's just like I know what I'm getting into in terms of reliability and aftermarket support. Like it's got so many fucking good things going for it, but it's like the bad things for it. It's like I don't know. It's a toxic girlfriend syndrome. You know what I mean? Where it's just like you can't. I fucking hate the fact that I know I'm gonna buy it and I know I'm gonna have to fucking put not a lot of work, but I'm gonna have to put some fucking work and extra money into it to get it where I want it to be. And I don't know. It's like maybe
It's like a
my
nurse.
my toxic trait is that I kind of fuck with that. You
It's
know
like
what I
a
mean?
nurse.
Maybe.
She's already
Yeah.
hot. She takes care of herself, kind of. She's already hot. She's got a lot of money, but she's kind of toxic. She's gonna work, but
High maintenance.
she's
But at
high
what cost?
maintenance. She's
At what
Yeah.
cost?
she's not really flashy, but she's attractive because she just always is on speed dial. It's nice.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's
she's a
just,
nurse.
dude,
The
I don't
Glock
know,
is a
man.
nurse, dude. She's
is,
always
it is.
there. If you buy like a 47, a Glock 47, or a Glock 19X, or a Glock 17, it's just gonna be boring. You're gonna be on the range.
Yeah.
You're gonna be shooting. The mags are never gonna fail. You're always gonna have a ton
Yep.
of bullets. It's gonna
The Shield
be.
Plus is just like I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I feel like I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
This is too good.
If you guys had to choose
That-
one gun, I guess I guess to wrap up, the small guns are bad.
Yeah.
Small guns are bad. 43X is kind of bad. All of them are bad for shooting, for actual shooting. Like, hey, we're gonna do a bill drill, and you're gonna use your Shield Plus, and I'm gonna use my Glock 19 or my Staccato C2. My Staccato C2 is about to destroy you.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
so-
100%.
Yeah, small guns suck, but if you guys had to pick one gun and that was going to be your concealed carry duty gun for Minuteman purposes forever, for everything, what would it be? Bones.
The RXM for right now, until proven otherwise.
Give one reason why.
That's what it'll be.
The first
it's-
word that comes to mind.
I'm gonna say that it is reliable. It has yet to steer me wrong. It has all the features I want out of the box compared to a Glock, and I love the sights on it because I don't like pistol dots. Not that I hate. I don't think that pistol dots are inherently bad. I just have had very bad luck with them, so I'm just gonna stick with night sights. It comes with it out of the box, and it takes Glock mags. So that's I will stick with that. That
Okay.
would be my go-to. Is holy shit, this is
Have
gonna
you
be the last
tested
one.
it with your carry
Grabbing
ammo?
that. I have, yes. I have tested it with the
What ammo? Just so guys in chat, if they want to buy, because you know how dudes in chat are. They're just like us. They're like,
Yeah.
tell me what to get if I need it.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
And
Pray tell.
here's us, the overlords on the hill of, oh yes, Padawan, get a C2 with HSTs and your 16 round flush fit, and you'll be perfect. But yeah, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them that I am cheap and I run basic 115 grain jacketed hollow points, and they work.
What
I know
type?
they work.
'Cause
I
I'm
was
about
able
to judge
to-
you.
They are Remington UMCs.
We are all equally judging you together.
That's fine. I mean,
Right
I
now,
know it
you
works
have
in my
100
gun, and I can buy a lot of it for cheap. So, and it's a hollow point. That's where I'm at. I know it works. And the other thing too is like I can buy a box of 100 UMC jacketed hollow points. They're hollow points. I know they work. They've got good performance from what I've seen online. And I can buy like 200 of them for my pistol to cycle through, and I can load. And I know Uncle OG's gonna implode when I say this, but for the PCC I have too. I can fill up all my mags with that too.
Uncle
So,
OG just explodes.
dead.
He dies.
I've killed him.
It took one word, one phrase, PCC.
Lord,
So yeah, that's
take
what I
me
use.
now.
That's what I know it works, and so that's what I recommend. Or I guess that's what I use. I don't know if I'd recommend it. There's better ammo, I suppose, but I don't like spending like $1 around on hollow points, so I'll get the ones that have proven to work and that I know my gun feeds well.
All that
Slander me
matters
all you
is that your
want.
gun feeds it and that it's accurate. That's it.
And ideally, it's not an FMJ because don't carry FMJs, please. You run the risk of hitting a bystander through your target very easily with FMJs. Don't do it.
Okay. Go ahead.
What about you, Unc?
Okay, so you said the Ruger RXM loaded with Remington.
Just one was 115 grain jacketed hollow points.
Okay. Cool. All right. What is your recommendation? Everyone said bro is average.
That's fine. That's fine.
Vanilla.
We'll take it.
Bro
I'll
likes
take my
missionary
vanilla
all
brand of
day.
gun.
Bones,
Yeah, my favorite.
You accidentally walk into Bones' house and he is just missionary. Nothing crazy going on here. This is all normal.
No, you see
When
my
Bones-
walls behind me? Everything's white. It's got the landlord special.
White.
You guys can't see, but when Bones gets off the stream, he just stands in the middle of his room and T-poses until the next stream.
He's just waiting. He's waiting until we call on him to stream
Yep,
again.
just-
Yeah, literally, he's just a bot.
Oh my god, that is priceless. All right, what do you got, Uncle OG?
Yeah, so if I can only have one, CZP10C, hands down.
Hot take.
CZP 10C. Let me look at this. CZP
CZP10C
10C.
all day.
It's a Glock 19 with CZ on the side of it.
Oh,
Glock
it is,
19,
yeah.
but fucking better.
Now he's gonna make the video why the
And-
CZP is better than the Glock.
Yup,
Go ahead.
fucking, and you were saying like describe it in one word. Why? Optimization. It is an optimized fucking handgun that is similar enough to the fucking Glock 19
Toby,
that beats it out of the box.
Toby, come here.
Fucking,
Come here,
that's in terms of pricing for the gun itself.
Come here.
It is reliable. It's got a better fucking trigger. It's got better fucking sights. You can get them optics ready for less than a standard fucking Glock. The only thing that it really doesn't have going for it is, which it's kind of been remedied now. They CZ changed the magazine profile of the PO7 and the P10 so that they're interchangeable now. I had a PO7 when that happened, and mags were super fucking hard to find for a long time, but that's since been changed. And you get great mags out of the box. Fucking Metgar makes aftermarket, and they make the OEM mags for CZ. And then as far as carry ammo, fucking Hornady critical duty 115 grain so that you don't have over penetration.
I didn't know they made 115.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so we got
What I carry.
P10C. Real quick, Mitzvot TV for $1.99 says, Trench let SV89 in the Discord. SV89, if you can hear the sound of my voice, go to Instagram go to Instagram, DM me, hey, it's SV89. Use the password pineapple juice because it's not like 173 people now also know the password that I'm telling you.
Give me the
And
boy.
I will send you the Discord. Here, come here, Toby.
Actually, I'm a mod. I just sent him
Okay,
an
there you
invite
go.
just now. I didn't realize I could. I'm sorry I gatekept that because he asked me about it. I forgot that I was a mod in the Discord.
It is dog time.
It
This
is
is a
dog.
weird
Dog
looking
time.
dog.
It's cat time. Jackie, do you want to come up here? Jackson?
Oh my goodness.
Well, all the dogs are here.
Oh, kitten.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my
Is that the
boy.
rescue you got?
This is the
kitten?
rescue that I found at work. That's got 3 legs. Yeah.
What's more of a
Aw,
Look at this
rescue?
shit.
His carry gun
He's a
or
tripod.
his cat?
See that?
holy big, wholesome chungus.
Okay. All right. There you go, son.
Me.
So for mine, also, reminder chat, hit the like button and go get a holster if you need one from Safariland with the link below. Okay, so I think mine is going to be a little bit of a hot take too. Like as I'm sitting here, I think it would just be a staccato C2 with either a Hollow Sun 507 comp or nothing. Just just the
Oh,
regular.
do we have to specify attachments? I'd put a light on my pistol too.
I would have an X300 for my belt, like for home
Mhm.
defense in my belt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I'm very torn. I'm confused. I'm sexually gun confused lately. When I think
Dazed and
about
sexually confused.
when I think about my carry gun, I'm confused. I know, just like Uncle Logie said, I'm gonna go back to the stripper, or not the stripper, the nurse
The nurse.
Glock
Yep.
19 Gen 5. I know I'll end up going back to the Glock 19 Gen 5, but for right now, I am just in this. Oh, I know why. It's because I'm doing the stupid T-sauce test. So I'm in like a
What's that?
1911. I'm in like a 1911 mode.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
doing
you're
the
in 1911
T-sauce.
fatigue right now.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think right now I'm just in this weird 1911 mode where everything has to be 2011, 1911 with the manual safety, and I don't know. I'm in a zone right now. So I would say if I was recommended somebody right now or telling someone what I would get, I think I would just get exactly what's sitting right here because I like it a lot. Staccato C2, or if you're a little bit taller, Staccato P, whichever one for your grip that you like better. And I think I would run what I always run, which is the Federal Premium HST 124 grains. It's just what I like. I like 124s, Federal HSTs,
Mhm.
and I don't know if I would put I don't know if I'd put the dot on it or not though, because not having a dot is so simple. You know what I mean? It really depends. Because I remember shooting the gun without the dot and it was awesome, but it was also I'm way faster and more accurate with the dot. So I don't know. I'd say maybe a Staccato C2 with maybe the Holosun 507 comp because that's what I'm carrying right now. With I would say two 16 round mags is what I would say. Maybe a 20 round mag in my bag or something. But two 16 rounds I think is going to be good enough for me. But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I usually, I'm carrying I usually have the one on the gun and one on the belt extra, and then if I'm going somewhere and I have a pack, maybe I'll throw another mag in my pack, right? But it just kind of depends. EDC carry stuff is just going to be one extra mag plus one on the gun. But if I had a duty belt on, then I'll carry like two extra mags instead of just one.
Yeah, I would recommend if you guys haven't shot the Staccato P, I would say, or the C2. It's like when I say C2, I'm saying 19, Glock 19. When I say P, I'm saying Glock 17. If you haven't at least shot them for like 100 rounds or so, you will fall in love with it. I'm not trying to like advocate or advertise for Staccato here, but because I'm not. But yeah, you will. There is something about it. It's addicting. It is. It makes you a faster shooter if you dry fire. Like I always want to say, encourage guys to dry fire, obviously, regardless of what they're carrying. But if you're going to dry fire a lot anyway, going straight to Staccato or something equivalent, if there's something equivalent, but I think Staccato is what I can only speak to really because that's just what I have. But if you just go straight to it, I think you will thank me. In the long run, you would be like, damn, dude, damn. Talk about buy once, cry once, dude. Like, holy cow.
Yeah, I got to shoot a Staccato. I don't remember which model it was. And I went, wow, this is really nice. I don't have a spare mortgage payment, though, to get one.
You're looking at 2,700-ish.
Yeah. I did not. It is out of my price range, but I did like it. And I will say that I have shot a Langdon Tactical Beretta M9, and I liked the Staccato more. A buddy of mine, he's got a Gucci'd out Langdon Tactical M9. I shot it. It doesn't really fit my hand super well, and my thumbs don't index in a good spot on that pistol. And the sights they're okay. The trigger's good, yeah, but I did like the Staccato more than I liked the Langdon Tactical. I don't know how many M9 guys it's gonna upset, but I'm just being honest with you.
I mean, they're both good, but the Staccato's better. I'm gonna tell you point blank. If you took Ben Steger for a year shooting a Beretta M9, and then you took Ben Steger for a year shooting a Staccato P, Ben Steger with Staccato P is going to rake the dude with the M9. It's just you take professional level shooter to a high level that's already good and they're dry firing every day. yeah, they're going to be about the same, and then the staccato is just going to keep climbing way farther. And the thing I think that is most sexy, to use a Colion Noir cringe ass phrase.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we keep comparing guns to women, Kalyan Noir is going to invade this stream.
I hate
He's
that
going
guy.
to materialize.
I
Gonna
hate
join
that
in.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. I just don't like I don't like the way he does business. Anyway, I would say the cool thing about staccatos is that they are reliable. Like mine have always been. I don't think I've ever had a malfunction. I've had the 20 rounders not allow the slide to lock to the rear, so it just keeps racking for a second on a heavily used 20 rounder. But I've never had like a stovepipe or a tap rack or anything. And I shoot some bad ammo. I shoot AAC. It's trash.
Yeah.
It's arguably, they make that in the garbage, I think. So.
Yeah, they make the bottom of the barrel of the ammunition factories, yeah.
I think they actually rent out a garbage dispenser in Turkey to make them.
Yeah. I was going to say, actually, what's worse have any of you guys used Turkish ammo?
Yes.
If so, what's your experience been?
I've had better experience with AAC other than that dagger test. That dagger test, the dagger is, oh my god, it's hilarious because it's their literal gun. But the dagger with the AAC, even though they're the same company, do not work together.
That's awesome.
Yep. AAC and PSA products do not work together. The dagger and the AAC, in my experience. Outside of that, though, I'd say that the AAC is slightly cleaner and better than the trash Turkish ammo.
Okay. Yeah, I don't recommend guys pick up AAC or Turkish ammo. I was just curious because I personally just stayed away from AAC based on what I've seen from people. And when I started seeing Turkish ammo hitting the market, I was like, we're just gonna stay away from that too, preemptively. But I was curious if you guys had ever used it. Speaking of ammo, though, do you want to talk? Oh, did Trench die? Is he still here?
Maybe.
Maybe he had to go run to.
He had to empty the gamer bucket.
Yeah. For the last time, Mom. It's not shit. It's gamer gunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. But I guess if we're talking ammo, if you want to dive into this, OG,
I got secondhand cancer from that. The gamer bucket.
What happened?
The gamer bucket.
Oh yeah, I see the gamer bucket. Yeah. Are you back?
I'm here. Yeah. So we've talked about SIG. They're trash. Bad company. Don't like them. I think they're. We talked about their M17. Talked about the departments that field them still. That's a mistake. We've talked about our ideal guns. I said the Staccato C2. We had a SIG P320 and a Ruger RXM. We talked about Ruger being a relatively successful B-ish company. They're not, they make stuff, but it's not exciting.
B for base.
Yeah, B for base. They make stuff, but it's not too exciting. RXM is good. We have a couple, I guess, options here. We can talk about ammunition choice for, here, let's get my camera on here. We can talk about ammunition choice for carry guns, or we can talk about ammunition choice overall and brands that we recommend or don't recommend.
I think.
Or we leave it up to a vote.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. We'll let the people's choice determine.
Chat, do you want to talk about battle rifles or ammo?
Oh, boy.
Battle rifles or ammo, chat?
B or A?
Battle rifles or ammo?
Spam pink.
There's like a 30-second, 45-second delay.
If you want to see me twerk uninterrupted for 10 minutes.
Dude, that'd be a workout, bro. Oh my god.
All right, here we go. Ammo.
Holy shit, no one likes battle rifles.
Yeah. No need.
Oh, we have one battle rifle vote.
We got a couple battle rifle votes.
2 battle rifle votes. 3 battle rifle votes. Chat, you got to vote 4 battle rifle votes.
Yeah, there's like a million fucking ammos too. What the fuck?
Chat, you got to vote, chat.
I'm trying to see.
You must. Yo, an Axter grind in here cheating. My man voted twice.
Right. Damn.
Yes,
and we could talk about both, to be fair. We are not talking about the Patriot missile system. No.
That
We
was
do not
almost
care.
that was almost my MOS in the
Yeah.
army before I went infantry.
I feel like that's
Thank God,
everybody
you
in
were
the
saved.
world, even like the enemy. Like there's Chinese soldiers right now that are like, yeah, I was almost a Patriot missile system guy in the U.S. Army too. It's like, why is that everyone's like side quest kind of MOS?
Dude, I don't know. It's just because they can't fucking fill the role because it's boring as hell.
Okay, looks like we're
Yeah.
talking about ammo. Is that
You
what you
get
guys
3
got?
duty stations, and that's it.
And that's it. Yeah, my backups were first I went for 35 Mike, and they said this bitch ass is not interrogating anybody, and he doesn't know a
Nar.
foreign language. So I said, okay, well I'll go 19 Delta then. I'll be a Cap Scout before I knew that I wasn't gay.
Oh god.
And then the dude at MEPS was like, hey, you don't want to be a Cap Scout, and I go, okay, why is that? He goes, do you want to hunt tanks while you are a dude on the ground? I said, no, that sounds pretty dangerous. He goes, yeah, don't do that. You're retarded. What's your third option? And I went 13 Fox, and he goes, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's like cinema.
Love it.
So
Okay,
yeah.
looks like we're talking
So what
about
do we got?
ammo.
Bullets?
So you want to talk?
I need more bullets.
You want to talk about pistol ammo or rifle ammo first?
Well, I have just an interesting thing that I kind of this is old news, maybe people know, but nobody's really talked about this on YouTube, and I'm kind of surprised. And that's that there's no such thing as a spec for +P+ ammo.
Mhm.
That's fucking insane to me. Maybe I'm just
Paul
now
Harrell
finding this
did.
out.
Paul Harrell.
Did he talk about it?
Paul Harrell.
God
I
rest
think,
his soul. Thank
yes,
God
rest
he
in
did.
peace.
What a legend.
He used to talk about that he doesn't like super or +P or +P pluses, and that guys treat them like they're the holy grail. They're not reliable. They don't replace their ammo. They don't train with it, so he doesn't like it. Paul Harrell did a whole test on it, and he basically
That's
was like
awesome.
he doesn't like it. And I, back in the day, a year or two ago, did a video kind of similar saying I don't like shinies, shiny bullets, basically talking about I don't like guys that will buy, and this is my example, critical duty. They will buy the critical duty and they'll have them for 5 years, the same bullets. And they never.
Yeah, you should change it out like once a year, ideally.
That's what I do. Once a year, buy 120 rounds is what I'll do. It's very expensive. It's like $300
Yeah.
or so. We are definitely going to get nuked by the overlords here tonight. But yeah, I'll buy 120, which is roughly 5 to 6 magazines. That way I know roughly on my belt and on my concealed carry 3 mags, and my belt 3 to 4 mags. I always have HSTs. New federal HSTs, and then if the old ones get scooped up into training, I don't care as much. But yeah, Paul Harrell did a video or a series of videos talking about how he doesn't like +P+, and that it's not regulated, it's not tested, it's not consistent. They're kind of the wild west of bullets, and it's a pistol. I think his overall point, and which is very based, it is a pistol. Why are we trying to get centimeters out of performance when you can just go to a rifle, just use 124 grain, regular standard pressure hollow points, and if you need more, get your rifle. So
yeah, valid.
That makes a lot of sense. I was surprised when I found out that +P+ had no spec to it. That was wild to me, and I agree that yeah, if you need and if you even want to make the argument of well, bear country, you might just want a bigger pistol. If you're thinking about picking up +P+ and blowing up your gun, for whatever reason, it's maybe just get a larger gun, or 9mm +P still
shotgun with slugs, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you're jelking too hard a little bit, and I am the resident pistol caliber jelker here, and I say +P+ is a step too far.
I agree.
But, yeah,
I've seen too many guys with reliability issues. They don't test their guns.
Most manufacturers say don't use it because the gun is not rated for +P+.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It's a good way to turn your fucking gun, especially small carry guns. Circle back to small guns here, which is what a lot of people carry. Fucking putting big boom boom rounds in there. Fucking dude. That's a good way to turn your gun into a Ullapool caber from fucking
Detonate on impact, yeah.
Let's see. Midspot TV for $199 says Bear Country ? Buffalo Bore 147 grain hardcast. Yeah,
Hardcast
Buffalo.
will
We
do
used
it.
to call it Buffalo Bill.
Hardcast will do it.
Buffalo
Hardcast
yes, it
will get
will.
done.
But yeah, Buffalo
That's
boar is a big thing in
penetration
Alaska.
101 right there.
Yep.
I ended up going through the whole. You guys would find this very entertaining, probably. When I was in Alaska, I bought the 44 mag. Okay, so I had the 44.
Oh yes.
Yep, I had the 44
Standard.
mag. I had the Model 69 5-shot, Model 69 Combat Magnum from Smith & Wesson, the 44 Magnum, and I had Buffalo Bill in there. And guess
There you
what?
go.
Buffalo Bill.
I found out that thing sucks. And even if you train on it, that thing fucking hurts. So what did I do?
Yep.
Yeah.
I allegedly got rid of it in Minecraft, and I got a Glock 20. And guess
Yep.
what?
There you go.
I carried the Glock 20 for a year, and guess what happened after that? I found out that
Got
thing
rid of it.
sucks and got rid of
Yeah.
it. And I realized that if I'm going on a hike that is significant enough, I'm a caribou hunter, right? Amateur, but caribou hunter. I've killed caribou in Alaska, and I found out that if I'm going to be in the bush, ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain. I carried a 30-06 Remington 700 with a Vortex 4 to 12, something like that. Something kind of fuddy on a bolt action gun, a Vortex Diamondback or some shit. Hey, it worked. It killed the caribou, nice, right? Held 0, but my philosophy was I'm just gonna have my 30-06 rifle and bear spray if it's that bad. And then we didn't carry the guns chambered because if you slip and fall with the bolt action, so
you're done.
Yep, I just carried.
Or the
Not a
guy
good
behind
day.
you is.
Not a good day.
Yeah. And then at that point, there's 3 of us, I think, was the average, 3 hunters, 2 to 3 hunters, all of us with 308 or 30-06 or equivalent. I think it's what everyone pretty much had. I think one dude had like a, 7mm? But yeah, everyone had a rifle, and if we had a bear, obviously everyone had to unsling, rack, and fire. But that's what we ended up doing. Is everyone had a rifle on them. It's more accurate, and Glock 20 is the premier, is what everyone's using that I was surrounded by. Most professional hunters are using Glock 20s or shotgun with slugs. If they're a guide, they're using 45-70 or a shotgun. I would say that I've seen more guys with shotguns with slugs than anything.
Yeah,
that makes
just
sense.
Works.
It's easier to shoot
Just
too.
fucking works.
A big ass pistol.
Kind of guys that are rich but guys that are like richer that don't really know what they're doing will have like the 500 Magnum or the 44 Magnum. The guys that don't really know what the fuck they're talking about or doing. I'm talking broad strokes, right? And the guys that do, even like the older gentlemen, will have 10 mil Glocks, just loaded with regular full metal jacket stuff from Buffalo Boar, or download it by 1 is what we found out. Always download the Glock 20 by 1 because it's not reliable. So basically, have your loaded magazine, rack it, and that's how you roll it. Hit the back, and you're good. But yeah, that's to kind of get off my soapbox here. The vast majority of guys were carrying Glock 20s for serious, like very dangerous hikes, or shotgun with slugs. And lacquer the slugs. That way, if it gets wet, you drop the shotgun. It's always raining in Alaska. You lacquer the slugs. That way, water doesn't get into them and ruin them. So.
That makes sense.
Yep, that was my experience anyway. But I went through the whole gambit of fuddery, if that makes sense. I went through the I need a 44, I need a 20, and then I ended up just carrying my Glock 19 and with my regular hunting rifle. So.
Yeah. Yeah, understandable.
I have a Deagle 44 for bear country.
Are you serious?
Damn.
Yep.
Oh, that thing is gonna malfunction twice before you even get out there.
I don't know. It
Before
hasn't
you
yet.
even shoot it.
It was like a meme. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the punchline. You know what I mean? I got it as a joke, and the punchline has not been delivered yet. So I'm getting scared. I'm like, damn, this might actually I might not have gotten a lemon.
You got the one.
That would be hilarious.
The one that works.
If you were like you are a YouTuber. You're a gun tuber, and you go out and you're like, we're gonna test the Desert Eagle in 44. You do like a 5,000 round burn down somehow, and it never fails. You're like, this gun's amazing.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys.
We got a super chat here. from Kyle Kosha for $4.99 says we should all just train. He says we should all just adopt the Glock 19 Gen 5 as our standard issue concealed carry weapon and load it with Federal HSC or Spear Gold Dot. End of story. Train. I mean, yeah, yep.
You're cooking with everything after you said Glock 19 Gen 5.
I mean,
Read it again.
he based. Oh, what happened?
Read it again.
We should all
You
just
broke up.
adopt the Glock 19 Gen 5 as our standard issue CCW and load it with Federal HSC or Spear Gold Dot. End of story. Train. I mean, yeah, thanks for the super chat, dude. You're right. I mean, it's one or the other for me. Staccato C2 or the Glock 19, and honestly, we all know which one's the better option. We all know who's in charge here. It's the Glock.
We all know who's in charge here.
Yeah.
But what
It is what it
ammo do
is.
you guys recommend? What ammos do you guys recommend people stay away from? Brands, types?
M855 needs to die.
Why?
M855
The green
needs
tip?
to die.
Green tip needs to die.
Why? Give us your summary, synopsis here. Chat, hit the
It's
fucking
fucking-
like button. There's 155 of you
it's-
guys. Hit the like button.
Wildly inaccurate. Fucking, it doesn't tumble. Fucking, it's just, I don't know. It's just ass. I fucking 5.56. It's like you're just nerfing yourself with M855, dude.
I mean, you're
Like,
putting small
literally.
holes for no reason.
Exactly. So it's like you're gonna take the good part about a 5.56 and just throw it in the fucking trash by fucking getting M855 with a mild steel core penetrator that is never centered properly inside the fucking lead bullet, so that
That's
your fucking
awesome.
bullet yaws like a motherfucker after 100 yards. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dumb. It's like it's you either need to use fucking 55 grain or you need to use a fucking what is it, like the ballistic tip, like, or like OTM 77 grain.
Be
if you're gonna
careful with
do
those,
anything.
though, from certain
Yeah,
companies,
I know,
allegedly.
I know, fucking, but I stick with fucking 55 grain bowtail hollow point all day, every day.
Yep.
Low,
That's usually,
fucking,
yeah.
it's fast and it will fucking fragment when it needs to if you have the proper fucking barrel length, like at the right range. You know what I mean? Fucking, it's just good. That's what the fucking weapon system was basically designed for. You know what I mean? It needs to be a small bullet that goes really fast. If you make the fucking small bullet heavier, it just doesn't do what it needs to do. You know, unless you fucking have like one of those ballistic tip fucking like a hunting round or something like that, but that's a
Soft
different
point,
story.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Black Hills and 77 OTMs are awesome. But if I have a 16-inch gun, give me 55 grain. Something. 193 is good because it tumbles. Bowtail Hall Point, good. Yeah, something. So I like 55. I have a bunch of it laying around here, but I like 55 as well, dude. It's cheap and it's not good out of short guns though. So I think that, like, terminally not good.
Mm-hmm.
To be very clear, it's not as accurate. It's not as accurate, and it's not terminally as effective as larger weighted bullets. Sorry, I'm getting tired, so that's why I'm like. But yeah, larger weighted bullets are definitely. It's not ideal, but for me, if a guy was to say like trench, what should I get? Money no object. Probably 77 OTMs that are reliable, or Black Hills, or if you, I gotta be careful with what I say, but it rhymes with M855 Alpha 1. If you can find it and buy it somehow,
$1 around.
if you were to find that would be the best option, but don't train with it because you will ruin your barrel. But yeah, that would be my advice. Or
Yeah,
just
that's-
carry a long barrel and
I'll-
use 55 grain FMJ 193.
My AR is a machine that turns practice ammo into duty ammo. 20-inch barrel chads winning in chat.
Until you go into a building though, and then it does suck. To be
Yeah,
honest.
and then you're like, fuck, this sucks.
Well, I mean that's a good point. Is, you know, talking about like AR-15 barrel length or any 5.56 gun barrel length. You know what I mean? Fucking where you're talking about reaching terminal ballistics for a 55 grain in particular. I don't know about the other bullet weights because I don't bother myself with such with such
That's just not
bread
your
and
autism,
circus.
right?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It doesn't apply to my
Your
my smooth
autism
little
stops
brain.
at Ruger supporting.
It stops
Yep.
at Ruger and it
there.
stops at 55 grain. and
Exactly.
but
I'm just
it's like,
imagining his brain, like I guess like an
yeah,
infinity
it's
symbol.
a
It's
Venn
just
diagram.
imagine
It's
like an
fucking,
infinity symbol. It's just like Ruger, 55
yeah.
grain, 20-inch barrels. It just continues
Ruger's here.
forever.
Ruger's here. 55 grain bullets are here, and then up here is just like
CZ.
anime women.
There's a CZ
And-
P10.
Fucking yeah, that would be the other one.
OG
CZ.
confirmed boomer core.
I am
Kind of.
sorry.
He
Deal
carries a
with it.
CZ P10C. He likes
I carry
20-inch
a shield
barrels.
plus. I
Ruger
carry a
Hard
shield
R
plus.
line was his favorite marketing campaign ever to happen. He's drinking a Busch Light. He's got a balaclava. He is America. If he goes down, we all go down.
Get behind me, brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll lead the charge.
We got a couple super chats. Go ahead. You're
yeah,
good.
go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
No, you go ahead.
You go ahead. No, I'll go ahead. No, you go.
No, you go.
Here we
No,
go.
You go.
I won't speak until the super chats are read.
Okay, here we go. DS for $5. What are your thoughts on subsonic 9mm ammo for arthritic people?
Really?
I mean, I'm not, so like, we talked a lot about ammo. I'm like the opposite of an ammo snob. Big surprise, the dude who carries a 115 grain jacketed hollow points, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it works, if it cycles reliably, sure. But if somebody's arthritic, I might just recommend them a smaller caliber, like 380, or I mean, like maybe 22 mag out of I like an 8-shot 3-inch revolver, something like that, instead of 9mm. That's where I'm at with it. But if the subsonic 9mm feeds reliably and functions reliably, sure, man. What are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, we're not talking about personal protection. We're not talking about shooting 100 or 200 rounds on a day. So if you know you can shoot 20 rounds safely, reliably, consistently, then I would say just don't worry about it. Shoot the HSTs or whatever 124 grain HSTs. If you know you can shoot 20 rounds reliably, accurately, safely, do that. But if it's so painful and so uncomfortable that you can't do 20 rounds through your carry ammo, yes, exactly what Bones is saying. You are in the scenario where you might need to carry a compact size gun with, unfortunately, 380. I know it sounds like crazy to say, but if you can't safely carry 9, then you need to make changes. I'm not saying carry like a smaller framed gun. I'm saying if you could find an equivalent, a 380 chambered Glock 19. That might be the move for you, because what matters more, who said this? DS. What matters more for you, obviously, is not hurting people that are not supposed to be hurt. So, and so that would be my advice, is like, don't get, like, look at it very black and white. Okay, this hurts my hand. Actually, I have a 9 right here. The 9 hurts my hand to the point where standard pressure 9 won't work. Okay, can you shoot it for 20 rounds and not have an issue? If you can't, you need to get a different gun, different caliber.
Yeah, 9mm is the gold standard for personal protection, right? But I mean, if you can't handle it, you've got 380, you've got 38 special, you've got 22 Magnum, and a revolver when recommended in a semi-auto. But you've got other options, and you just train with it. I would rather you be able to shoot something comfortably, confidently, and reliably than to be like, well, I need 9mm stopping power, but not be able to, confidently shoot it. So that's what I'll say.
Uncle OG, what you got? Any comments on that?
Don't be old.
Yeah, don't get old. I don't know. Die before you get old, I guess.
Die young. All
Die
right.
young.
Kyle Kosha for $199 says, Tench. He meant to say Trench. He says below. Trench, what is your opinion on the IWI of the IWI M193? Anything with IWI on it, I probably would not support given current things, right? But buy American when you can, kind of like continue the other conversation for the other night. If you can buy American, like let's say hypothetically AAC or Federal or whoever was to make a good round, buy that. Buy that first. Even if it's plus or minus 2 cents per round, 3 cents per round, buy American when you can. It'll be more reliable. Generally speaking, other than like AAC sometimes. I mean, AAC most of the time works. It's just kind of the worst quality in some cases. But the point I'm trying to make is, fuck those guys. I guess is my point.
If you want American-made 55 grain. You get a lot of options. Winchester white box is cheap. It's not super high performing, but it's American made. It's cheap. If you want good, the best, in my experience, the best bulk 5.56 M855, or excuse me, M193 55 grain you can buy is PMC X-Tac. I've heard really good things,
Yeah.
seen really good things,
Yep.
and it's made by an ally. So,
Yeah.
yep, that's
Good
another really
example.
good one.
It's a good example.
Very good example. If that's one of the two brands that I always stockpile is
PMC.
PMC.
Yes, PMC
and
X-Tac.
and to Trench's dismay, I do stand IMI 5.56 M193.
Oh really? I've never shot it before. I've had an IMI rifle and it was fine. I didn't have it for very long,
Really?
but
I
yeah,
don't know.
I had a.
I'm
IWI
impartial.
is the weapons, IMI is munitions.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I wouldn't go out of my
Factoid
way.
from Israel.
Is the point I guess my point was
Megamind.
I would never be like, ah, yes, our greatest ally. I don't fall victim to all that
Me neither.
line of thinking.
I just like the bullets.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Just
It's like
the bullets.
I don't like the
Yeah.
Chinese, but I like the 507 comp. So
Harosan.
yeah,
I do like Panda Express. That shit's pretty
Dude,
good.
Panda
dude,
Express is pretty
you
good.
know that sounds really good right now.
Oh my god.
All right, moving
Yeah.
on. One more. Oh, any closing thoughts, Uncle OG, on that?
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay. Cal Kosha says for $4.99. So for SHGF stockpile, do we agree Lake City 55 grain is the best stuff? I'm running a 14.5 URGI and a Colt 6920 lower with a Geisley SSA trigger. I would say with your barrel length, you can get away with 55. Yeah, I would say with a 14.5.
I would say for the money, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm about to give a master class once you're done with the super chats on fucking effective range for 55 grain out of each barrel length. So
Hit him with it.
I can't wait
I'll
to
give you
hear
the
it.
numbers right now because this is I
Hit us
spent
with it.
years of my lifespan fucking researching this shit.
Autistic
fucking,
special interest identified.
So yeah, to answer your question, I'm gonna circle back to my point that I was gonna make before we read all the nice generous donations.
Mega
Fucking
base.
so basically, yeah, very based by the way. Fucking we so the point, okay, that I'm getting to here. This is regarding 5.56, 55 grain out of each barrel length. Fucking what is the max range that you can expect the bullet to do what 5.56 should do, which is fragment on.
Yeah, fragment.
On
They're
impact.
looking while
right?
you're talking. They're going to be looking at a 36-yard zero target with the 150 to 350, just to kind of help frame what you're describing. And I could
Sure,
pull up different
yes.
zeros. It's just the first one that came up.
You could see the.
I'll put
that,
25.
There's a chart too. There's that chart that shows how much 55 grain fragments based on how fast it's going.
Okay.
It's another good one you
And
can
this
show as
this
well.
is the expectation. The expectation. So on average, 5.56, 100% fucking fragments after 2,700 feet per second, but it has a chance to between I think 23 and 25 also. So like kind of 23 on the super low end, depending on how much the bullet yaws on impact. But 27 is like 100%. So I just averaged that at 2,500 feet per second. So basically, with a 20-inch barrel, you're getting a muzzle velocity of 3,250 feet per second, and it will 100% fucking fragment at 200 yards. So, fucking that doesn't seem like a very long distance for such a big rifle. But you know, you got to take into consideration fucking what is your likely engagement distance in Minecraft anyway. So to kind of
and that's
skip
guaranteed.
down,
You know, that's
guaranteed,
100%
exactly.
like it's going
Guaranteed.
to. Aside
It's
from
going to.
anomalies, like it is borderline
Which-
guaranteed it will occur.
Mind you, fucking 5.56 naturally does start to yaw after about between 100 and 200 yards. So if it does yaw, depending on the angle at which it fucking impacts the target, it can fucking keyhole, and obviously that's
Do some interesting
good
things.
ballistically. That's good
Yeah.
ballistically, you know what I mean, from a terminal ballistic standpoint. But 18 inches, just to rapid fire through this shit, 18 inches is between 170 and 180 yards. 16 inches is 150 to 160. 14.5 URGI guy, answer your question. 135 to 145 yards, that's guaranteed fucking fragmentation. 12.5 is 115 to 125. 11.5 is 100 to 110. And then 10.3 is 85 to 95,
Trash.
and then 7.5 don't even bother.
Yeah,
You're-
7.5. Yeah.
Mark 18 gang. To be honest, even though I'm part of your
Not eating good
cult,
with that one.
yeah, I'm
Not eating
part of the
good.
Mark 18 cult. But dude, you better have some 77 OTMs or M855 Alpha 1 laying around, or you are gonna be looking real silly when you're like,
Gonna be punching the air.
boop, boop, boop,
you know?
boop, 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 boop,
Punch
boop,
in the
boop, boop.
air.
He just kept running. Yeah, no shit. You just hit
Yeah.
him with 15, ice picks. You just ice picked his ass
Yeah,
like 15
literally.
times.
22 long rifle plus P.
Brother.
Very minor leak.
Yeah. He's going to be leaking. We got a super chat here. And Axe to Grind, a long-time supporter, says for 199, thank you, don't overlook Nosler. I don't think I have ever, outside of a competition I shot over at AMU, I don't think I have ever fired a Nosler bullet outside of that. Ever. And every time I hear the word Nosler, Kolian Noir comes to mind, and I don't like him. So
The only
there's that.
Noslers I ever had were for my my 30-30 that I had, and they were good. I don't know, it's whatever. They had 30-30 that was affordable, and it was soft tip, or soft point. So
Bones
Yeah.
is used to having
was
soft tip.
yeah, he knows all about it.
Oh,
Subject matter expert.
jeez.
He's a
Yeah.
subject. F's in chat for Bones' soft tip, guys.
My soft tip. Yeah, donate in chat for
Donate
my
in chat.
Viagra and Cialis, please. At
Super
the age of
chats for
25,
Bones'
I
soft
need it.
tip.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
open up a crowdfunding campaign for Bones' bottom surgery. Fucking, we got to rebuild him. He's gonna be the $1 million man.
Yeah.
Bro, so basically to summarize the ammo thing, if you can buy American, quality, avoid
Safe.
Turkish, be
Yep.
careful of AAC, test it with your stuff if you're going to get that. Federal makes good stuff. Hornady,
PMC.
PMC,
Yep, PMC.
Blazer Brass. I don't know if they're American, but they're good.
Really, Blazer's American. MagTech is Brazilian.
Yeah, those like just the brands that come to mind. I would say don't. This would be my advice. Unless you're like poor, just buy the
Stop making fun
slightly,
of me.
yeah, buy the slightly better ammo. You know what I mean? Don't go
Yeah.
all the way. Don't go to certain sites that we can't say here and go all the way to like cheapest and sort by that. If you do sort by cheapest, you need to scroll past.
Scroll a little down
Yes,
the page.
you need to like start with cheapest and then scroll up a little bit. Keep scrolling, and then once you get above to like the PMC and Blazer, that's where you should buy.
Yes. Yep. I just recently picked up. Oh, go ahead, Uncle.
I was gonna say there's some very very base gentleman in the chat that brought up a really good point. Fucking MagTech makes really good fucking
It's dirty, isn't it? Though.
not
MagTech.
from what I've seen. I mean, I just shoot the pistol stuff, which I mean,
5.56 is really dirty. The MagTech, in my experience, like,
Yeah.
but when I get done with a range day, the right half of my face will be black and like speck of carbon coming out, and
Yeah.
my hands will be covered in carbon
Interesting.
or like
yeah, I've only ever
nasty-
shot pistol, MagTech, and also this dude right here, Loggy, S&B. S&B is literally like the fucking Euro version of PMC. It's fucking goated.
Yeah, I've never. I'm not an ammo snob. Never really had issues with most, non-crazy cheap ammos. MagTech, Blazer, Winchester White Box. Allegedly, according to Caltech, it blew up my Sub 2000 Winchester White Box. Allegedly, I think it's more the Sub 2000 problem than is the
What a
Winchester
weird
White Box, but-
accusation.
Yeah, I for those who
How
don't know in
convenient.
chat, and for those who don't know, I had a Sub 2000. It blew
You
up on me.
will be
and then I
hereby
sent it to-
shunned for that.
I sent it to. I don't own it
What are you gonna
anymore.
do?
Right? It was a different time. All right. I am
Yeah,
delivered. Okay.
We all make mistakes in the heat of passion.
Yeah.
Jimbo.
We all make mistakes in the heat of passion. All right. I thought, hey, the dagger's just as good, right? The Caltech Sub 2000 is gonna be good. Yeah, it blew up on me, and then I sent it to Caltech, and then on Caltech they sent me a new one. Really nice of them, but they're like, yeah, it was overpressure ammo. You shot through it. I was like, brother, I was shooting Winchester White Box. But yeah, I'd say just stay away from the super cheap stuff, and I think on rifles and stuff, yeah, you can sometimes get away with steel case, but usually in my experience, I'm a poor dude. I'll just go to slightly above what is cheap steel case and just, eat the cost of a couple extra cents to get rounds and ammunition that won't beat the shit out of my gun.
You don't
My
want
two
steel
cents.
case. Steel case is
Yeah.
what we did when we were 18 to 23 years old. Once you get into your
Put in our
30s,
trash cats.
if you're still shooting steel case, unless it's an AK,
Yeah.
like an AK chambered in 7.62 by 39, if you are still shooting steel case, you are probably never mind. You just please brass case.
Yeah. Please seek employment. Please seek employment.
Please seek employment. Get yourself. I got you
Brother.
this thing. It's called a job application.
Even the
Job
poorest of the
employment, don't
poor
scare.
can still buy PMC or Blazer.
It's just
I
not
was
that.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
exactly. I'm like, ammo that's
I-
just monumentally better is so much more cheaper. Ooh, we got some
Yeah,
hummus.
We got some
the
hummus in the
cheapest,
chat.
Good.
But you
cheapest
got a care
of cheap
package?
9mm steel case is only like 1 to 2 cents less than brass. It's like just do it, Kings. You're gonna save
Yeah,
like
you
10
guys,
bucks in your barrel, and
fuck
all
with
your internal
mukbang?
parts are gonna thank me. Oh, what do you got?
I said y'all
Doy
fuck
slop
with
mukbang.
You guys like mukbang?
The fuck is mukbang?
That's people eating food. That's like a food ASMR
Oh,
in
yes.
quotations.
We have hummus and red wine.
Oh yes. Okay. DS for $5 says, "Hey Pink, I could make that soft tip."
Damn.
Do you have someone hitting
You can't
on you?
handle all this, big boy.
Richard Chanel Jr. for $1.99
Okay.
says, "Any remand ammo brands you guys like?" No.
Nope.
No.
I don't
I've
recommend any of
bought-
them, as a matter of fact.
I've bought-
Easiest super chat we've ever got. No.
I have there's some established reloading companies near me I've bought from. I've never had issues with. So I'm gonna say just do your research and support local if you do it. But
Brother.
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. I wouldn't go out
If you're
ordering it
gonna.
online, but I've seen local gun shops near me stock a couple brands. I've bought some of it. I've talked to people. It's done well, and for that stuff, I don't mind buying it when it's around. But I don't know if I'd order it online or anything. It's
So-
cheap enough to get normal, just actual good ammo. Go ahead.
Fucking the I used to be a big Reman stan, in the years of yesterday, and fucking dude, I got burned so hard by Reman ammo, fucking from Freedom Munitions.
Yeah, it's trash.
Okay.
Ooh.
Freedom Munitions, fucking, like, literally, I bought so fucking much ammo from them because I had good luck with a few of their purchases before, like 100 rounds here, 100 rounds there, whatever. And fucking, dude, I bought like 600 rounds of fucking 5.56. Okay. I fucking bought 600 rounds of 5.56, and it literally almost half of them wouldn't fire.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not just them.
fucking
It's all Reman.
But the problem, coming to kind of take a look at it and do some investigative research, the primers recessed too far into the fucking brass. So it was like a totally unfixable fucking issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a gun issue. Just like, I was like, dude, fuck. And literally, and here's the big thing. This is what fucking steered me away from it, especially online, doing Reman and shit like that. I fucking reach out to fucking Freedom Munitions to try and do an RMA because I'm like, hey, this ammo sucks fucking donkey dick. Like,
yeah.
like, either give me my money back
You're
or
like, that's
like
the
I'll give
legal
it back
term.
to you. Like,
The legal
switch it
term.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. I've consulted my lawyer and he told me that it sucks donkey
That's the
dick,
legal
so-
term.
His words, not
And-
mine.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. And fucking literally, they told me that they could only accept ammo that wasn't opened from the box yet.
Bruh.
So if you take your ammo out of your little 50, they come in 50 round boxes. If you take them and you open them and you dump them in your fucking ammo can like a normal fucking human being, they cannot take it back. And I was like, you have got to be fucking me sideways right now. Like, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, I spent like fucking like $250. I'm like, give me a fucking break, dude. You know what I mean?
Dude,
and
that's rough.
Yeah, so you know what? I used it in my my training, the group that I train with, it was just like, all right, we're doing fucking
We don't say the
immediate
M word
action
here.
drills.
Malfunction drills.
Yeah, we're doing immediate action drills fucking all
Every
day
2
today,
rounds.
boys.
I
Every
would
2 rounds.
say
Yeah.
that in general, if I had to give like my general advice, how poor are you that you have to shoot reman? And if you're using it for concealed carry or anything, you're an idiot. Just say that right off the bat. If you're using it for training and you know you're going to get a fuckload, is the legal term, of malfunctions, then fine. I mean, in the heyday of the M17, I can't say allegedly, I know somebody, hypothetically, in Minecraft, allegedly, that was training up for a competition with their team and got a bunch of remanufactured and used it through their duty weapons.
What a goober.
And couldn't get through 10 rounds without a light primer strike tap rack. So, and they're varying. Typically, remanufactured ammo is varying in powder, so it's not loaded properly. It's just, I would just say, blazer brass would be like the easy button, dude. If you're watching this and you're like,
I love gambling.
I was gonna say the ammo I got, I didn't even save a lot on. I think it was like 40 cents for brass case, 5.56, and it's like I can get pretty close to that online. So, I would definitely say, I haven't had bad luck with some of the local stuff near me that's proven. But yeah, man, I would definitely not. It would not be my first choice. You got better options for like a cent around more.
Yeah,
they're gonna be more consistent and safer.
Right.
Dude, COVID was the only time that it would even have made any sense to get steel case or reman. COVID, the fake pandemic is over. The fake pandemic is over. It can't hurt you anymore unless you have 47 comorbidities like certain gun tubers out here. But as long as you're generally in shape, not fat, what am I saying? The fake pandemic is over.
Talk about reman,
you don't need reman ammunition. You don't need it. Just literally 2 more cents and you have good ammo. Oh, guys with the super chats. Okay, we have a couple we had to get through here. Beetlejuice for $1.99 says, favorite load for the M242 Bushmaster 25mm. I think it is mega based to accidentally engage. My Bradley commander accidentally, allegedly, engaged a guy that was putting an RPG, dragging an RPG to the Euphrates River. He may or may not have accidentally forgot to switch from coax or from Sabo back to coax, and he may or may not have put a single shot, boom, right through the dude and saw daylight through FLIR, allegedly, in Minecraft, and literally put a 25mm size hole through this guy's chest. Yep. And the guy ran 10 more feet and dropped, and that was the last thing that ever happened for him. So, and
that was the last RPG he ever drugged to the Euphrates River.
Rest in piss, he won't be missed.
Well, the Bradley was in Night Watch, or not Night Watch. I'll think of it in a second. But yeah, the Bradley was turned off, so he could only observe at first. And he was like, oh, I'm going to get this motherfucker. Called it up on the radio, blah, blah, blah. Yep, kill him. Fucking smoke that dude. And got approved, smoked him. And he was like, oh, that was not a 10-round burst from the coax 7.62 by 30 or 7.62 by 51. That was a single shot Sabo that just ventilated that dude's fucking soul.
Hit the fucking switch and the whole fucking cabin shook. He's like, whoops.
Uh-oh.
Correct.
Anyway, you know what? Mission successful, threat neutralized.
It was. I wasn't there, but I heard stories from multiple different Bradley commanders and crew members that were there on security that night, and I'm like, oh, no. That guy's still there. They came out in the morning and drug his body back to bury him, but that guy is laid out there, ventilated. But yeah, thanks for the super chat, Beetlejuice. Another super chat here, Mitzvot TV for $1.99 says, if Ben can run Blazer and not have issues, so can you. Yeah, dude. Like, everyone is very consistent. Like, you got Bones, Uncle OG, myself, you got Ben, you got Matt Pranka, you got freaking Lucas Botkin, you got, name another one, 110 Sass, Ben Stager, if I didn't already mention him, everyone is just using PMC, Blazer Brass, you name it, basic ass ammo, and it just
It's
works.
boring, but it's good.
In some cases, cellular and below, SMB, use it.
SMB's fine from what
Yeah.
I've seen, yeah.
So,
I like SMB.
yeah, Mitzvah TV, thanks for the super. Okay. Well, any thoughts or things to close out before we kind of wrap this thing up, guys?
Yeah, the Glock slander will continue until the cope is over.
Good luck, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm declaring jihad against Glock.
Oh, God.
So
Hell
it is what it
You've
is.
got an
Deal with
ally.
it. Cope. Fucking. It's because I do it because I want the industry to get better, and the industry is just fucking too stagnant. And that's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fucking hard-earned money going to fucking waste when fucking it doesn't need to be that way. So,
We do it out of love.
I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud.
I think your heart's in the right
Hell
place. I do.
But,
I
my
just
brain
think,
isn't.
I don't know. I just think it's
You're soft.
good luck.
You're pointing the soft tip in the
Yeah.
wrong place.
I think your
Yeah.
heart's in the right place. I think innovation is good. I think there's something there to be said of like why it is the human body hasn't changed. 9mm is still really good to killing people in Minecraft and in Call of Duty. You still get a lot of bullets. Yeah, all the things, all the standard Glock talking points. It's just very hard to go against the grain. I mean, right now, obviously I'm doing the 1911 testing on TSAUS. I think I just released the only negative review ever so far on the TSAUS because I have evidence of it not working. So it's hard. Trust me, the comments are gold. They're all either like understanding the situation or attacking me, saying I didn't lubricate it, which is like I lubricated it twice on camera and cleaned it on camera. So I wish you the best in your Glock crusade, Uncle OG.
You're right. There's people who I get the same thing. I'll get the hate on the RXM video. People just say shit, and I'm like, "Did you watch the video? Like, we talked about this, brother." I do like also too. side note, I get every so often a comment: "Glock is made in Austria, not Australia." Because at one point I say it's made in Australia, like a goober.
I do remember you saying that.
Into it. You should have just been like, "No, it's not."
Yeah, no, but I think he put up a flag of Australia too. So
yeah,
not only did you,
I put up the fucking Australian Wojak.
He misspoke.
Double down.
But not only did he misspeak, he edited in an Australian flag or something, and I think I was like, "Oh my god." It's a minor thing, but it is funny because you know the comments. The one guy that clicked off the video is going to be like, "Oh, this guy's an idiot."
This guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah, when I put in the Australian Wojak and said, Glock is now made in Australia, and then underneath parentheses, Austria, LOL. And guys are like, it's made in Austria. I'm like, I am aware. I got it. Thank you.
All I can say is standard Glock fan. Standard
Glock fan activities. But to be fair, to some of those guys...
Glock fans can't meme, bro. Glock fans can't meme.
We don't meme.
Unfunny.
As a Glock fanboy, we don't allow it. I mean, Mitzvot TV for $1.99 says Glock slander is cope, cry harder, hater. I mean, we don't allow it in this community. If you're a Glock hater, keep on rolling, buddy.
Listen, I don't want Glock to go away. I want Glock to be better. That's all I want.
That's how I feel.
I'm not asking for a lot. Just put iron sights on the fucking gun, not plastic. Come on, dude.
I was gonna say
I'm not asking you to build a fucking rocket ship and reinvent the wheel. All I want you to do is take the crayon and color within the fucking lines. That's all I want you to do.
I mean, they made the Acro, or not the Acro, the Koa. The new dot, the aim point dot that's going to come on it. So that could be I think it comes in at $1,000 or so. So you're looking at $1,000 that's a pretty good deal, dude, if it works.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
So, okay. Well, closing thoughts. Uncle OG, what do you got going on? Where can they find you?
Yeah, I got some new videos coming out. One with me and Mr. Bones here. We did a collab talking about some ruck packing and stupid shit that you don't need to carry. And we got fucking hammered in that video. So that one's gonna derail fast. But I got a bunch of other videos that I'm working on. So yeah, if you want to come swing by the channel and get involved in the autistic community, go ahead. We got a home for you.
We do. It's a
Cool.
good time over there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Bones, what do you got going on?
Well, I have NTC coming up, so I'm gonna be in the sandbox. We're gonna be at the
Dude, I'm
Army's
sorry.
official cock flattening facility for a month.
Yep.
Nice.
No acclimation period either, so we're just gonna go straight there and immediately get put into the cock and ball torture press. That'll be really fun. I leave this weekend, so wish me luck fighting the Antropians or whatever. That being said, though, I am gonna be gone for like a month, so I'm gonna try to push out a video before I leave. In ideally perfect world, I have one upload while I'm gone, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't have enough time, and I'm too much of an autistic retard to make that happen. So, got one more video coming out. I think it's gonna be the PCC build video, and as OG had said, we got a little autistic corner of the internet over there in a Discord. If you guys want to come hang out, it's a good time. We're not quite as funny as Uncle OG is, so you know, if you want the B tier, the B tier to the B tier of the GunTuber, you'll fit in right here with Bones Maloney. And I hope everybody enjoyed the 4th of July and enjoyed not eating beans on toast.
God
Correct.
bless.
And having good teeth.
Okay. All right. Mitzvot TV for 199 said Glock made the lines. Try harder. Mitzvot is not going to let you. He's not going to let you win this one. He wins.
Listen, I don't care. Pound
They
sand.
haven't changed the lines in 30 years.
Yeah. Maybe that's the problem. All right. The lines were made, but the lines are fucking old. All right. There's better lines out there.
Better lines to draw with.
Staccato
Hey,
C2.
all I gotta say, Mitsov, I better see you in the fucking comment section of that video. I want you to fucking bring your best, all right? Like hire a fucking lawyer and fucking put together a fucking.
It's gonna be
team
him
argument.
and Colion Noir. Good luck. You already lost him, Mitzvot. Even though I'm on your
catch me in the
side.
comment section.
Okay, I think we did it, boys. Guys, if you got this far, you guys know the deal. Literally hit the like button. It's free. Comment down below if you want to see more live streams with Uncle OG, Bones, or just in general here on the channel. If you need a duty-rated holster, you're going to go to Safariland using the link below. You're going to hit all the stuff, hit all the buttons that you need for your retention holster, and you're going to email them and say, hey, Trench Grenade sent me, give me a hug and a kiss, and hopefully they will square you away. But with all that being said, thanks for being here, guys. And until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, Uncle OG, and Bones, the autistic internet live stream enjoyers that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.
Adioso.